or compact tractor or Gator UTV that will save you time and money on your next project. Keep things running all season long with the help of our experienced parts and service team. Your new Deere isn't far away. Find current offers and budget-friendly packages at your local Quality Equipment with 36 locations across North Carolina, South Carolina, and Virginia. Visit QualityEquip.com to get started. That's QualityEquip.com.
Fantastic. Back on the Rich Eisen Show Radio Network, Susie Schuster's hanging with us.
One of a kind, Mike.
Oh, my God.
How you doing, Suze?
I'm good. Yeah.
Women's Sports Now is coming up.
We're giving out some mid-season awards today. Yep,
Okay.
because we like awards.
Listen, there's nothing like mid-season awards because they're totally useless.
That's it. They mean nothing. We can opine.
Should we do midsummer awards tomorrow on our
For
show?
what?
On our show?
Yeah, why not?
For baseball?
Just midsummer. You
Just to
pick
be.
awards.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Pick an
Like,
award.
what awards? By the way, I don't mind workshopping it here. What do you mean?
No.
What do you mean anything?
Anything.
Anything.
Hey, best fit of the year, and then boom, best
Don't
game
rip
of
us
the
off.
year.
Don't rip us off with the best fit.
I'm not. I'm just saying you could do anything.
Right.
He's just like he
By the
wants.
way, Don
thing is, like, you
Bowie, if
want
you're listening,
structure.
Don
I'm saying
Bowie.
no structure. Whatever award you want to give out, give it out.
Best AI photo, me.
Yeah,
No.
I mean, something like that, yeah.
Don, if you're listening, make sure we have an award for best fit.
Best part-time employee, Mike Del
Mike Del-
Tufo.
yeah, Mike
Part-time employee.
You know what I mean? Like,
Best AI reproduction.
make it up. Whatever you want.
Anybody have any of the leftover birthday cake that's in the fridge?
Oh, I didn't even know it was here.
There's a massive amount of Susie cakes in the fridge.
Where is it?
Ask Liz. I don't know.
It's in the
somewhere
fridge in
back.
the back.
Since I wasn't here, happy birthday, Rich.
Thanks, pal.
I said, yeah,
I
again,
appreciate
that's
it,
the fourth
Mike.
time.
you
I love
said
you.
that.
You know
Yeah,
that.
man, I
You know
appreciate
that.
it.
Brockman definitely didn't know the cake was back there because he would
I
have
would have had some
had
for
some
breakfast.
ready.
Definitely.
There's so much cake back there.
Raw
It's,
good breakfast cake.
it's repulsive. There's so much cake back
Brockman, I'm
there.
making ziti next week, Brockman.
No,
I think.
you're not.
No, you're
making
not.
ziti?
No, you're not. You're lying.
Mike, you've been
guys
threatening
want
to
a
make
tray for the house?
ziti
No,
for
why
8
not?
years.
Okay. No, I have to. I promise.
Mike, a ZD tray for the house? I mean,
It's not
for
even
sure.
close.
A
Okay.
1,000,000%. Coop's going off to camp later this
Yep.
week. I'm sure he would take it.
Yep. I
For
got to
sure.
make ziti for somebody.
It's a late addition to best lie of the year.
Right?
No, wow.
Chris, we've
It's a
been waiting since
mid-season award?
2018 for him to make ziti again.
You've been talking about ziti for years.
He does make a great baked ziti, though.
What else is on Women's Sports Now? Who else is on?
We've got actually the head coach of the Sparks.
How
Yep.
awesome.
Yep.
Excellent.
She's here in studio, which is fantastic.
Fantastic.
You fancy,
Hey, Rich,
huh?
Excellent.
we like to go next level for women's
We like it.
sports now.
Can she facilitate a meeting between TJ and Cameron Brink?
Listen, it's been great coming by.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Are you cheating on Rickea Jackson?
I don't even, these women are 12. What are we talking
do you mean
about
they're
here?
12?
No, I don't.
They're
Oh
young.
my
I think
God.
DJ's saying he's old
My
enough to be
two,
the father.
Yeah,
my
like, how you
favorite
doing?
pairing right now.
Well, I mean, how old are you?
Old enough to be a 20-year-old's father. Yeah, let's
Wow.
be honest. Like, yeah.
My favorite pairing right now are Lexi Hall and Sophie Cunningham.
You're just so you're like fixated with Sophie Cunningham.
I
Sophie
love
Cunningham.
her.
Ever
Yeah.
since she took J.C. Sheldon right down to the court,
Yeah.
she had you at hello on
She
that
did.
one.
Yeah.
That's
Those
really
two
wild,
look
too.
like. I mean, I think that they're so funny. They look like the Wonder Twins on either side of Caitlin Clark. Like, you talk about bouncers, only you have a 6'2" blonde on either side. Like, it's like every guy's dream.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, I'm in it.
So, do you want a Sophie Cunningham jersey for
No,
your birthday?
I don't. Well, okay. Grounds for divorce, number one. Number two, you know how I feel about adults wearing other adults' jerseys.
You don't like that?
No.
Hey, you got to get over
I will
it.
never wear another jersey of another human being who is an
When
athlete.
was the last time you wore a jersey, Chris?
Ooh, probably last year at Fanatics Fest, but I wore a Paul Pierce jersey,
All right, so
who's older than me.
Let's remove jersey. You want a Sophie Cunningham T-shirt?
No.
Why?
I'll tell you
I
why
don't know.
later.
Why?
I'll tell you why later.
Rich is looking for ideas here. So I have to help him out.
She's impossible to get a gift for. Impossible. Just not possible. It
I
is true.
mean,
It's
can you
true.
imagine if I'm like, happy birthday, like Sophie Cunningham t-shirt. Might be cute.
You have everything, though. It's the thought that counts.
I have
a thought.
Rich. I have everything.
Oh, stop it. This is
His
just...
birthday was
Susie.
yesterday.
Come on.
Susie.
You got
This is-
364 days to go, Susie. Come on. Stop
Wait,
it.
what were you? Why were you giving me? You know what?
Oh, I'm not
See how I
getting,
didn't
I'm not
swear
getting
there?
killed online, so I'll wait till we go off air.
Why are you getting
it's just
killed
a
online?
thought. It's just a thought. I don't know.
TJ is just the man who doesn't want to read. You read too many comments, man.
Don't read the comments.
You guys have to, for the love of God, stop saying don't read the comments on
mean,
things
I
because
do.
it's
Okay, read the
it's
comments at your
impossible
own
to not
peril.
read the
Yeah, I
comments.
think I want a Sophie Cunningham t-shirt.
There you go.
Yeah.
See, was that tough? Now
Yeah.
you're coming around. You
Maybe
can
I
wear
want
it
one.
on Women's Sports Now.
Not for my birthday, but yes, I think I want one.
You just didn't want it for your birthday.
Now we drilled down. All right, women's sports now on Thursday, as well as Mike Del Tufo's AI business photographs of all of us.
Yes.
Is he coming tomorrow for sure?
Yeah, all right. He's committed. He's committed.
We just want to have enough money for retirement.
And travel to visit our grandchildren.
I understand. That's why at Fisher Investments, we start by getting to know each other, so I can learn about your family, lifestyle, goals, and needs, allowing us to tailor your portfolio.
What about commission-based products?
We don't sell those. We're a fiduciary, obligated to act in your best interest.
So how do your management fees work?
We have a simple management fee based on the value of your portfolio, so we do better when you do better.
We appreciate that kind of transparency.
We also check in with you regularly to keep you up to date on the markets and your portfolio.
What other services do you offer?
As a client, you have access to resources on investing, financial planning, estate planning, Social Security, Medicare, and more.
Wow, it sounds like Fisher Investments has everything we need.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
The Parker Bird Show.
Former NC State basketball coach Mark Gottfried.
When I was younger, Parker, I wanted to be the best that I could be, and I learned early on really not to compare myself to other people, but how good can I be? And I took that on as a challenge. I set goals for myself when I was early, about the 8th, 9th, 10th grade. I really started getting serious about setting goals, and I wanted to play college basketball at the highest level. And I was very fortunate to do that.
The Parker Bird Show, exclusively on Pirate Radio TV on YouTube.
Michaels & Gateway Cosmetic and Family Dentistry has been Greenville's premier dental practice for over 40 years. I am Dr. Chris Gateway, and our mission at Michaels & Gateway is to provide exceptional dental care with compassion, integrity, and innovation, ensuring every patient leaves with a healthy, confident smile. Doctors Michaels & Gateway are committed to providing an outstanding patient experience with every visit. Not only do we offer all your dental needs under one roof, in most cases, we can take care of those needs on the same day. Bring your smile to us at Michaels & Gateway Cosmetic and Family Dentistry.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is proud ECU graduate and former baseball player Brandon Manning inviting you to join my team at Farm Bureau Insurance. Right now is a good time to review your coverage with a local trusted agent like me. I will make myself available before or after business hours, and my clients always have my cell phone number if they need anything. From home, auto, or life, give me a call today and let's talk about your insurance coverage and about the Pirates. Call 531-1812 and go Pirates!
Country Mart has been locally owned and operated for over 40 years and is your premier country store serving the best cheese biscuits and country food around. Country Mart is open every day and has 2 locations in Bethel on Highway 11 and in Stokes on Highway 903. Both Country Mart locations are top-of-the-line fuel stations serving Shell gas, including 93 ethanol-free high-octane gas, which is the best for all you boat owners. Country Mart, fueling you up with great food in your engines with great gasoline. Go Pirates.
At Langley Contracting, we're superior roofing specialists. Whether it's a new roof or repairing your old one, we've got you covered. And best of all, we handle your insurance claims. We are locally owned right here in Eastern Carolina. We are licensed and insured and have a 25-year roof warranty. We can handle your gutter installation too, so everything is seamless. Call or visit us online at 214roof.com for your free estimate today.
Langley Contracting, your superior roofing specialist.
Capital Subaru of Greenville is transforming your everyday commute into something a little more extraordinary. Subaru was just named 2025's best overall automotive brand by Consumer Reports, and there's never been a better time to drive one home. From the adventure-ready Outback to the sleek and efficient Forester, they got the perfect ride for you. In addition to their great selection of new and used car inventories, the Subaru Service Center is commanded by a team of experts, handpicked for their knowledge, passion, and promise to treat every car as if it's their own. Capital Subaru of Greenville, off Memorial Drive or online online at capitalsubaruofgreenville.com.
Overtime's Tavern is officially open in downtown Greenville. Whether you're craving a cold drink, hot meal, or just a place to unwind with friends in a laid-back atmosphere, we've got you covered. Join us daily from 11 a.m. to midnight every day, or stick around for our late-night hours on the weekends. Follow Overtime Tavern on Facebook or Instagram for daily specials and events, including live music. OT's is right across from the Sheets on Charles Boulevard in downtown Greenville. Overtime's Tavern, where every hour feels like overtime.
For pest control that packs a punch, BAM! Call on the experts at BAM Pest Control. Attention Greenville, BAM Pest Control is here to protect what matters most, whether it's your business, your home, or your peace of mind. They don't just eliminate pests, they knock them out. BAM Pest Control is #1 in insect control, rodent control, and yard services like fire ants and mosquitoes. BAM! You're insect-free, safe, and comfortable. Call the experts at BAM Pest Control on Hooker Road in Greenville, 252-751-3160. BAM!
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington.
Can you be quiet, please? Thank you.
Welcome to Pirate Radio Live.
Afternoon, everybody.
We got Jarrett here. Hey, Jarrett.
Hey.
And we got left side.
Strong side.
What's up, Chandler? How you?
The little guy. It was just such a fresh of breath air.
Well said, John.
Come on, Chuck.
I will read it verbatim. The Masters tournament is special.
Hold on, you'll read it what?
Verbatim. Verbatim.
How do you spell that? That word you just said, how do you spell it?
I have no clue.
Say it one more time. You're going to read it
verbatim.
That's how you said verbatim.
Verbatim is verbatim. That's what I said.
No, you did not.
I said verbatim.
Nope. None. No. There's a very low percentage of this that is smiles and glory holes. Very low percentage.
Loneliness is worse than COVID. It's a proven fact.
I'm not talking about this.
Correct.
That's all. I love y'all, man.
Now live from the Pirate Radio studios in the heart of the Pirate Nation, here is your host, Clip Brock.
Welcome in to a Wednesday edition of Pirate Radio Live. Another scorcher here in eastern North Carolina, but hopefully you're in your cars and your AC is working appropriately. If not, that cool breeze coming through your windows is helping you out as you listen to us on this Wednesday. Better yet, you're in the AC watching us on YouTube. You can find us Pirate Radio TV on YouTube. You can find us 1250, 930, and of course 92.7, 104.1 as we are with you the next 3 hours on Pirate Radio Live, and an eclectic mix of guests today, including Ken Watlington, WNCT Channel 9 will join us. Talk about what's going on here locally and beyond in the sports world. Coach Mack McCarthy will be on. We'll talk some summer basketball with Mack McCarthy, hit a couple of college football topics as well. Got that coming up hour number 2, along with Jeff Nadu. Got a text from Nadu ready to talk football. We'll do that in a couple weeks when we're back from July 4th break. Start going over some conference previews, but today he's got some NBA draft props that we'll be talking about. And we'll do that in hour number 2. And also Jarrett went one-on-one with Ersin Demir, who covers the NBA draft and also has some words on R.J. Felton. I'll ask Nadu about R.J. as well. Any chance he gets drafted, or is he a D-League player? Is he going to have to go overseas? So we'll talk some R.J. Felton, the former Pirate, today on the show as well. We got Shirley Rhodes here. We've got Jared Watkins here. And normally this is a setup segment, but we got a big name on the line. We got Rich Shea, the president of Major League Eating, because Nathan's Famous. Coney Island hot dog tournament, hot dog contest coming up July 4th, of course. And Rich joins us every year to preview it and talk about it. And he's here again in 2025. Rich, how you doing, man?
I'm doing great, guys. We're probably hotter than you. We're sizzling up here in New York right now.
No doubt. I mistakenly said the word tournament, which gives me an idea, Rich. Do you have any events that are bracket style, or is everything kind of a battle royale competition?
Yeah, we've done different steeplechase things. We've done tournaments. The most famous probably was more than 10 years ago, did the Alka-Seltzer U.S. Open of Competitive Eating, which was a 6-event series where people had to advance. But more often than not, or almost always, it's one food, one event, typically 10 minutes, 8 minutes. Long side would be 12 minutes. And it's, a bunch of eaters lined up, as you've seen out in Coney Island on the 4th. And it's whomever can eat the most of that food in the allotted time.
Good deal, Rich. No one man is bigger than Major League Eating. Now, having said that, the headline for this year is he's back. Joey Chestnut is back. We'll talk about some of the headlines and storylines going into this thing. But how big is that for you and for MLE and for the event coming up?
No, I think it's great. I think it's great for the fans. We loved Joey last year. There was a little bit of a misunderstanding on some various sponsors and things, but that's behind us. The 4th of July contest, there's no one bigger than Coney Island on the 4th of July. So we still had an amazing crowd last year. But certainly having Joey back will make that crowd even bigger and the celebration greater. And he's going for his 17th mustard yellow belt, which is just unheard of.
When we started having you on all those years ago, Troy D on Live at 5, and now it has rolled into to myself here on Pirate Radio Live. Kobayashi was the headliner, and then it turned to Joey Chestnut. At some point, the torch will be passed, Rich. So how about Joey coming back after a year off? Who are the we ask you this every year. Who are the guys that might put an end to his reign this year?
There's a guy named James Webb who we probably talked about last year. I mean, James Webb just won the Salvation Army donut eating contest. I was there in Washington, D.C. He ate 9 pounds of glazed donuts, or 63 of them, 63 glazed donuts. And in 8 minutes, he did 9 pounds of pulled pork sandwiches, these 7-ounce pulled pork sandwiches at Smoke Slam in Memphis with me earlier in the year. I mean, James is a top-ranked eater. Jeff Esper, who you've seen, last year, ate 43. He can do 50. Jeff Esper just ate 22 pounds of strawberry shortcake out in Mattatuck, Long Island, in just 8 minutes. He's an amazing force. Obviously, last year's champ, Pat Bertoletti, who took advantage of Joey's absence and won the mustard yellow belt. He's a veteran, but it's his first belt. He ate 58 Nathan's hot dogs and buns. But Joey's personal best is 76 Nathan's hot dogs and buns. So is quite a margin, and he's only lost once, and that was years ago in 2015 to Matt Stoney. So I think Joey remains, the biggest name in the sport, odds-on favorite. I haven't looked at an over/under on it, but he'll be hard to beat, and it really is hot dogs. These guys, Esper's beating him in wings, and Nick Wary has beaten Joey in pistachios and various things, but he just owns the hot dog category.
We'll get back to the men in a moment, but there's a dynasty on the women's side too, right? Is the champion from last year returning to try to win yet another one?
Yeah, Mickey Sudo will be here, and she sort of holds that sort of Joey position in 10 titles and the pinky belt, which we started years ago with Pepto-Bismol, but 51 Nathan's hot dogs and buns.
Man.
Mickey is darn good. We have a new lady who I don't think she'll be – I think she's got a future because just the number she put up in her first ever contest out in California was 23 and a half. A lady named Domenica D. So she is an up-and-comer. Michelle Lesko, who kind of like Pat Bertoletti back in, 21, Mickey was pregnant and couldn't compete, so Michelle took advantage of that, and she won her pink belt. Michelle Lesko's got 32. So, again, you're looking at a similar margin, of north of 15 hot dogs between the second-best competitor and Mickey Sudo. So they're both great champions. I'd like a little bit more of a battle up top, but I'd have to say the odds-on favorite again is Mickey.
Rich, man, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And you guys run a hell of an operation up there. But I do wonder, what has changed over the year? What have you tried to improve? What are you saying, all right, this works, so we're not going to change this? How has it evolved over the years, and how has it also stayed the same throughout this time?
Well, if you look at the Coney Island contest, a big change we made was we always, George, my brother and I, when we started the league, the Nathan's contest, pre-existed us, and we were sort of shown the contest at 12 minutes, but then we found some materials, after maybe 10 years of doing it at 12 minutes, that showed that Nathan Handwerker's first contest back in 1916 was actually 10. So we truncated the length of the contest, and Joey Chestnut came back the next year and ate like 56 more than he, or 58 more than he'd ever had. So the Nathan's contest, aside from that time change, hasn't changed. It's the same hot dog, same bun, same corner, surfing Stillwell and Coney Island, like literally the original Nathan's Famous from 1916. Some other contests, I think, more overseas is where we're going. So we got to go to the UK. We're happy to go to Thailand. I think, hitting more festivals. So for us, it's just growth, but we took a bit of a ding because all of our events are sort of live events, as you can imagine, large gatherings. So we're kind of still building a little bit after COVID. I'm really thrilled. Yeah. We were in Memphis with Smoke Slam. We were in Knoxville this year with a group called Dead End Barbecue. The new contests are what I'm stoked about. I think what works is people just watching these. I know what it means to eat a donut. I can't imagine eating 63 of them in 10 minutes.
Rich, what is it like? It's a made-for-TV event for us down here in North Carolina, but for folks that go see it live, is there anything surrounding the event? Do you have other things out there? Like how fan-friendly is it for people to go check it out live?
It's fan friendly, but it's not like going to a Pirates football game. Like you're fighting for every inch of real estate.
All right.
But Coney Island itself, Nathan's, there's other restaurants and bars around. There's a huge boardwalk. There's a huge beach. I like to think of it as America's original sort of beach destination. There's all kinds of carnival games and things like you might anticipate on a boardwalk like that. But it's fan friendly in that it doesn't cost anything. And I think as a result, that's one of the reasons we get north of 30,000 people. But it's for the week, just because it gets so crowded and it can be very hot out there, and it's literally on a street corner, So that's part of the charm.
Rich, everywhere you look, and I'm part of the problem here because we'll talk we have a gambling segment today talking about the NBA draft. How much has gambling's creeped into every sport? How much has it creeped into Major League eating? And can you place bets officially on the online sports books and things like that?
Yeah, you should be able to see DraftKings and the others. We've done some work. We're not working with them right now, but we've done work directly with DraftKings and sort of live broadcast with them. I know that they're doing odds. I'm sure the others are. I can't bet, but there's definitely wagering, and it's good for us. It's just more exposure. And I don't want to say it, but Pirates football lost me some money the last couple of years. But I can bet on that. I just can't bet on the hot dogs. But yeah, there'll be odds. There'll be over-unders, and it should be fun. And
you should have stuck with them, Rich. It was a rough first half of the year, but they found their way the second half of the season.
That's for sure. It's not. That's not a slight. It may be more a reflection of my ability to look at it over under or spread it and pick correctly.
You're definitely an adopted Pirate after all these years, Rich. Where'd you go to school?
I went to Villanova.
Okay. They got good FCS football, or at least they have it at that time. Brian Westbrook went there, right, back in the day.
They just went to Colonial or
okay, CAA maybe.
They just they kind of took a downgrade in football. I forget why, because I think Delaware left whatever league they're in. I don't really follow Nova football. I follow their basketball like everyone else. Sure. Certainly, like all my alumni.
Yeah, no doubt. It's like I feel like Jay Wright's becoming the new Bill Cowher, by the way. Like every time there's a coaching vacancy for the next 20 years in the NBA or NCAA, they're going to say Jay Wright's going to take it. So
yeah, when Nova fired its coach for whatever reason, Tibbs was pretty darn good, and he's basically running a Villanova squad.
Yeah, exactly.
New York was everyone here in New York was like, yeah, we're going to get. I think Jay saw the writing on the wall with NIL and such a great career, and he bounced. He's living in the main line of Philadelphia, which is, if you've never been, I swear it's the nicest suburbs in the world, and I think he's pretty comfortable, and he gets to hop on TV here and there.
He's doing all right.
I think he's going better.
Yes, sir. Rich, what's the TV slate schedule look like for you guys this July 4th? Where are you going to be and what time?
Well, there's an antiquated sport that's on ESPN proper, and that's Wimbledon tennis. So we're going to take ESPN2 at noon Eastern, and we're going to get a better number than Wimbledon.
All right, I'll help you out with that. I'll put every TV on the deuce. Rich, you're the man. I always enjoy this conversation, and we'll be checking you out on the 4th. And for people that want information, because again, it's on here, Rich. We have the Big Rock Blue Marlin tournament. It's 1 week here, and the coast of North Carolina. But it's a series of events. We talk about that one because it's local to us, and I feel like most people know the Nathan's Hot Dog Contest, but you guys have stuff all throughout the year. So if people want more information, where do they go to find out all your events?
Yeah, so just follow us on Instagram and other socials at Eating Contest, and our URL is majorleagueeating.com, and we'll get down to North Carolina soon enough. We've probably been there this year. I just start to forget.
Good stuff. Rich, enjoyed it as always, man. Have a great event.
Great. Have a great holiday, and go Pirates.
All right. Thank you, sir. There is Rich Shea. He's there's a reason he's been the president for MLE all these years. He is he's got the charisma, or the riz, as the kids say. J-Bone, we've had, as I told you, this is your first year being here when we had Rich Shea on. I'm about to run out of questions to ask Rich because we've talked to him so long, a couple of decades now, surely. But, Jared, what would be your go-to food if you were to set up a contest you think you could win against us? What food would you pick?
That's tough. It's diff. Geez, probably like something, just a finger food. I mean, normally when I'm at a tailgate or a party, like I'll just destroy maybe pigs in a blanket.
Oh, okay.
Chips and dip.
I believe there's a pigs in a blanket event.
Maybe if they had like a vegetable tray eating contest.
Oh, I love a veggie tray.
Or a fruit tray, honestly. I mean.
Okay.
Honey baked ham.
HBH.
Yeah, dude.
The HBH champ.
By the way, I want to apologize. I had a picture of his brother apparently on the screen. It was the only I typed in Rich Shea for the guest photos file, and that's what came up. So that's on my bad.
He might never come on the show again.
I don't know. I didn't save that photo, so my bad.
Wait, is it your bad or not?
It was the one in the computer, but Glenn texted me, said I was using a picture of his brother.
So we need to blame the producer that got that picture.
Well, it's probably the one y'all been running since before I got here. If it's the only picture in the computer under Rich Shea. So what, blame Chandler or an intern that was here last year?
Let's blame an intern. Let's blame Logan.
Logan? Okay.
Yeah, let's throw Logan on.
Who was also not here last year. Zach, Brett, one of them.
Let's blame Brett. Hey, Brett! This is getting pretty hilarious. The Braves suck. And they beat the Mets every time they play. And the Mets are supposed to be good from what I've heard. I've watched them play 5 games this year, and they're 0-5 in those games. But I was told they're good. I was told they got Juan Soto this offseason, right? So they won another offseason championship. But they cannot. They were up 3-0 last night. Ended up getting blown out. Hilarious, man. Who we got on the bump tonight? Can we win again? They are just rolling through the freaking Mets. Coming up tonight, Braves. We got Daisy Fuentes pitching, Shirley. Didier Fuentes on the mound for Atlanta. So maybe the Mets are actually going to be favorites tonight. Yeah, they are. Good for them. Mets favored against the Braves at 7-10. How about this? I always Gavin gives up a home run to Ohtani or whatever, and I'm like, man, that stinks, but it's still pretty cool. Like, just to have these milestone moments against Hall of Famers or whatever. Tonight, Big Gav will be pitching for the Guardians against Max Scherzer, future Hall of Famer.
Where's Scherzer at the moment?
What team?
Yeah.
That's a great question. He is with the Toronto Blue Jays.
Okay.
Still playing out the string. How old is Max Scherzer now?
I'm going to go 38.
I'm going to go 39. Max Scherzer is 40.
Close.
When did he turn 40? He turned 40
last week.
Coming up next month, he'll be 41. Dang. How about that? But you got Big Gav against Max Scherzer. Also, Mackenzie Gore on the bump today. Mackenzie Gore, you look at his record and you see he's 3-7. Ooh, this guy's got issues. ERA of 3.19. And I believe second in the league in strikeouts. He's doing his part. Nobody else is.
So would you say Paul Skeens is number 1 pitcher in the league right now?
I reckon.
Where would you put Mackenzie Gore? Because if he's 2, the 2 best pitchers in the league have losing records.
By the way, Paul Skeens today is going to pick up another loss likely because his team trails 4-0 This one is a little bit on him. 4 runs on 4 hits.
All right.
So, right now, the Brew Crew up. On the par, White Sox and Diamondbacks tied at 2 in the 4th inning.
Yeah, I mean, I am done with this team after what I saw with my own eyes on the Twitter, on the internet.
Marte for the Diamondbacks was shown crying during a pitching change, and apparently some White Sox fan was yelling at him about his dead mother.
Yeah, you don't do that.
What
is with people?
I don't know, man.
Because I'm a fan for trash talk. I'm here for heckling.
Dude, we do it every day on the show. There's nothing I love more than junk talk with my friends. Like,
yeah.
And I'll humiliate you or attempt to, and you'll come right back at me. And, like, I love that. It's fun. To me, it's a sign of friendship. But, like, yelling at somebody you don't know about their dead mother, like, what do you get out of that?
I don't know. I mean, this guy probably just a big loser. Doesn't have anything going on in his life.
I can't imagine he's a winner. Yeah.
So he gets his joy from putting other people down.
And not even putting them down, just talking about their dead mom.
It'd be one thing if he was just like throwing out vague your mother jokes, and it's like, hey, his mom, passed away.
He goes around the cemeteries and jots down the names and then finds their children.
Yeah. It's ridiculous.
Just an awful, awful human being. By the way, that gentleman has been banned from all ballparks, which I think is tough to enforce.
Well, with the way the world is.
I pay for AI.
Yeah, the MLB pays for AI. And so they will be able to track this fella down.
I pay for AI.
I read that it is enforced by, it said documentation, cross-referencing ticket sales, and also, I'm surprised they put this one third, some kind of facial recognition technology.
You're going to bury that. You're going to be like, oh, okay, they can just see who bought the ticket.
Yeah, they're watching this.
Everybody talks about like, oh, man, I couldn't imagine living in China. They spy on other people. We're getting spied on, too.
China. Mets have lost 10 out of 11, says Jamie. Well, yeah, they played the Braves the last week. They don't beat the Braves.
Didn't y'all get swept by the Marlins? Is that right?
No, we won a game.
Okay. But, I mean, it's funny. It's just
Funny
disappointing season, but you can still find a way to beat the Mets.
That is the funny part of it, that we have been so bad, yet the Mets are, like, letting us back in this race.
Yeah, and it's not like the Marlins are world beaters. They're not even good. They're way under 500.
All right, easy, man.
Took y'all to the woodshed and still.
They got Pirates on their team. The Phillies now a game and a half up on the Mets, the Metropolitans. All right. Let's get old Teal Man in here. Ken Watlington. We'll take a break, come back. Mike P said, oh, by the way, Jamie, I thought about you earlier today because I did what you just said in the chat. Skeens, no-run first inning. I'm also on Gore and Gav, no-run first inning. But Skeens was a winner today. All right, Mike P said the White Sox fan should not be banned. He should be able to go, but everyone should be made aware of who he is and what he did. A little tarred and feathered.
So we're going to make him famous? We're going to give him attention?
Very negative attention.
Still, I mean, if he's that big of a D-bag, he's going to welcome it.
Back with you on a Wednesday edition of Pirate Radio Live with 2 D-bags and Shirley after this.
Greenville, Pitt County, and community neighbors, are you looking for a way to make a real impact in your community? Join us for Lunch and Learn with Building Hope Community Life Center, a powerful opportunity to discover how we're transforming lives through faith and education. Enjoy a delicious lunch, hear powerful stories, and learn how you, your business, or organization can be a part of something life-changing. Register today at buildinghopenc.org, because when we build hope together, we build stronger futures.
Pirate Nation, your dream home starts with an unshakable foundation. At Unshakable Builders, they don't just build houses, they build trust. From blueprints to keys, their expert team is with you every step of the way. Serving Greenville and all of Eastern North Carolina since 2009, Unshakable Builders turn visions into reality with craftsmanship you can count on. You dream it, they build it. Visit unshakablebuilders.com to start your journey home the right way. Unshakable Builders, build on a solid foundation.
Here with Brian Cook, the comptroller for Greenville Motor Company and Greenville Auto World. So many times people have problems with their automobile, and finding a service department that you can trust not to upsell you on something you really don't need, but to go in, diagnose the problem, and solve the problem.
Yeah, we're really here to pass along any kind of savings we can to pirates in the area. We take pride in offering a discounted labor rate compared to some of the other places, but give the same quality that technicians can provide.
Greenville Motor Company, Greenville Auto World. Try us, trust us at driveherenow.com.
Do you want to get rid of wrinkles, tighten and lift your skin, smooth your skin texture, erase veins and brown spots, get rid of unwanted hair and under-eye fat pads? Are you interested in Botox or filler? Contact the licensed professionals at Beauty Bar MediSpa for a free consultation and ask about our newest technologies and treatments. Learn more at beautybarmedispa.com, Red Banks Road, Greenville. Enjoy your visit, love your transformation, and go Pirates.
At Tiebreakers, we pride ourselves on serving
big, juicy wings.
I'm talking
big and juicy.
Our chickens are the same ones that kick sand in the other chickens' faces. If our chickens played football, they'd be linebackers. The competition's chickens, they'd be
skinny little kickers.
Trade those kickers in for linebackers. Join us today for
big, juicy wings.
All season long at Tiebreakers.
Tiebreakers, with 2 locations in Greenville and on Railroad Street in Winterville.
Stella Artois is a world-renowned Belgian beer with over 650 years of brewing heritage. Stella's rich, full flavor and smooth finish is perfect for making moments worth more. Stella's non-alcohol option, Stella 0.0, offers the same iconic taste without the alcohol, ideal for those looking to enjoy Stella anytime. Stella, whether celebrating big or small, Stella is the perfect choice for elevating the everyday. Proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is proud ECU graduate and former baseball player Brandon Manning inviting you to join my team at Farm Bureau Insurance. Right now is a good time to review your coverage with a local trusted agent like me. I will make myself available before or after business hours, and my clients always have my cell phone number if they need anything. From home, auto, or life, give me a call today and let's talk about your insurance coverage and about the Pirates. Call 531-1812 and go Pirates!
It's bow time. Bojangles is shaking up breakfast with the return of its sausage Bowberry biscuit. Savory, sizzling, country-style sausage topped with a drizzle of sweet icing, served on a made-from-scratch buttermilk biscuit stuffed with bowberries. Just when you thought you knew where breakfast was going, Bojangles flips the script. But head to Bojangles soon, because even though breakfast is served all day, the sausage Bowberry biscuit is here for a limited time. Order yours today. It's bow time.
Pirate Radio, no one can outwork us. We are the voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. The Buccaneer Music Hall is your beacon of music in the land of pirates. Every week, they've got something going on. Mondays, you can test your knowledge with sports trivia with our very own Clip Rock. Tuesdays and Wednesdays is acoustic night. On Thursdays, enjoy Singo and karaoke. And, of course, get your groove on with the best live music every Saturday and Sunday. For details and to stay up to date with all the fun, check them out on Facebook and Instagram. We will see you at the Buck. And is your office printer on the fritz? Don't wait days for a repair. Contact the professionals at CopyPro, where they promise fast 3-hour service on all your office printing devices. Contact CopyPro today for a free office printing analysis to help you cut costs and boost efficiency. For reliable, fast service, call CopyPro today at 756-3175. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
Back with you, Pirate Radio Live on a Wednesday. This is a weird compliment to give a business, but this time of year, best AC in town, Buccaneer Music Hall. That place is straight up frosty. And I imagine because a lot of nights when they have bands and crowds in there, the dance floor gets pretty packed, and you're going to need good AC. But on a sports trivia night, you know, we get a decent crowd, but it's spread out. There's nobody on the dance floor. And, man, it is. Even Monday, I thought about taking a hoodie. And we know how hot it was Monday.
Yeah.
But, man, it is not. If you're looking for a place to beat the heat, go to the Buck.
Yeah, I think it was like 85 Monday before this past one, and I walked in a pullover. I was like, I know how cold it gets. I'm not risking it.
Go get you a cold beer and some nice cold AC at the Buccaneer Music Hall. All right, as I went to break, I said 2 D-bags and Shirley. We'll be back with you after this. Jamie said, where's the third D-bag? No relation to that. Ken Watlington joins us here on the show. Hey, Ken, how's it going?
You're talking about Chandler, right?
I believe he was, actually. But you said it, not me.
He'll be here in about an hour.
We'll get the Chan man in here. Let's check in with the chat gang real quick and see what they're talking about. Steve says, hey, yo.
Hey, yo.
Roll with me, Flippy. Boy, that's a throwback, Shirley. I know we don't have that ready to go. Jerry says, hello.
Hello.
Help the bear.
What's up, Jerry Bear? Jamie says, hey now.
Hey now.
Alex Harper says there needs to be a Pirate Radio golf tournament. Who says no?
I smash anybody's grandma.
In this weather, I say no. Gotta wait till it.
Ken, do you participate in any golf tournaments across the East?
I have not played in a tournament in a long time. I did win a golf tournament one time. Not really, but kind of.
Okay.
When I was working in Toledo, they host the LPGA every year, and they have like a media tournament. About a month
it's
ahead of time.
2025, Ken. You can play in the
No. I would get crushed by those fine athletes. But they had a media tournament, so it's me and one of my coworkers and somebody we didn't know it was a threesome.
Okay.
And the third guy who we didn't know was on our team, and he crushed it. And we win this tournament, and we get all kinds of prizes and stuff.
Okay.
I'm like, heck yeah.
You're on the winning team.
It's like when I won the intramural tennis championship at UNCW when I was in college. But it was doubles, and my partner just did all the work, and I'm just kind of back there, you know.
Your partner
ducking
was
and diving.
Raphael Nadal.
But I got a T-shirt saying I was a champion, dagnabbit.
That reminds me of my dad and I when we went on a cruise. By the way, I watched the Poop Cruise or whatever on Netflix that came out. It's a crappy documentary. See what I did there. But we went on a cruise, and there's all this crap going on. And we signed up for the ping pong tournament. And turned out it was a 4-man event, actually a 4-person event, because in round 1, it was me versus a 9-year-old and my dad versus a 9-year-old. So we just took it to their ass, Kramer style in karate.
Yeah.
And then met in the championship. And we were very proud of ourselves.
Exactly.
Just beating down some kids, making them cry.
Karate.
Playing with
karate.
Had your paddle in one hand, chugging a beer with the other. Just,
yeah.
You know.
Yeah, where's your mom, kid? All right. Jamie says, question, is anyone else tired of these Jake Paul boxing matches against old boxers? Will he ever fight someone decent close to his age? It's getting ridiculous. No, Jamie, I'm not tired of it, and I'll tell you why. Because I was unaware this is happening, because I don't care and I don't follow it, and it does not have any space in my brain.
I mean, he did fight Tommy Fury, brother of Tyson, so, I mean, he did fight somebody close to his age.
Do not care.
Yeah, I mean, obviously.
Completely off my my radar. And there are a lot of things that I probably don't like or would get tired of that are not on my radar, which is why they're not on my radar. I keep things on my radar that I'm interested in.
You put the blinders on.
Yeah.
Focus on what you want to focus on.
There is so much crap out there in the world, whether it be television shows, television networks, streaming.
Yeah.
Hobbies, whatever. Pickleball. What's the new sport that's...
Banana ball.
What's the new sport that's taken over?
F1.
Spike ball.
Oh, spike ball.
Thank you, Shirley.
What was the basketball on the trampolines back in the day?
Yeah.
Dang.
Was that called spike ball? No. Jump ball? Chad, where are you at? I know you were a fan of that.
Gosh, what was it?
But my point is, there's something out there for everybody. There's also way too much stuff out there. So if you don't enjoy it, get it out of your brain, your mind. Move on to something you like. Ken, what do you like? Oh, question.
Oh.
Do you like the movie Hook?
I can't recall it.
Oh, wow. Okay, interesting. How old of a lady are you?
Well, since you asked, I'll be 50 in about a month.
Really?
Yeah.
You gotta throw a party.
You're a young 50, Ken.
Thanks.
Dang.
Well,
I thought you were closer to me. Yeah, you're going to be an old 50 by the time you get. You are a young 49,
and
Ken.
Guess what I'm doing on my birthday?
You're going to a concert.
The Atlanta Braves.
I hope they play the Mets, or it's going to be a bad
playing
birthday.
the Cincinnati Reds at Bristol Motor Speedway.
Oh, you're going.
Man.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I'm going to the track.
How much were those tickets in relation to a game at SunTrust?
Truist.
Or whatever they call it. Turner Field, Fulton County.
From where I'm sitting, as far as I'm going to be from the actual diamond, insanely expensive compared to where.
That being said,
upper deck and at Truist.
So are you in the race stands?
Yes.
Or, okay.
Yeah.
So are there even seats in the infield?
Yeah, they did. They have some type of temporary, bleachers and VIP areas and fan zones and stuff in the infield and the actual baseball field.
Talked to a Reds fan, and he was like, "Man, I'd love to go to that." And then he said, "Well, then again, no, I would. You couldn't even see it. It's almost more like say you were there. It's an event."
Oh, it's no question. And I was born about 20 miles from there, so
cool.
I'm gonna wake up the morning of my 50th birthday, pretty much where I was born. Go to see the Braves play in a racetrack. So it's gonna be an interesting day.
Chad is in the chat, as is Mike P, and they both say slam ball.
Slam ball.
Slam ball.
There you go.
Were you a slam baller back in the day?
No.
All right, so
broke my ankle trying to do it. So yeah, I was not.
Yeah, you were maybe a little too old. But in 1991, this came out. It was right up my alley as a 9-year-old.
Yeah, I don't remember it. I'm sure I've
okay.
seen it, but
it has been a topic of discussion because I love it, but it received 29% on Rotten Tomatoes, which I think is a travesty. So I'm like Aaron Rodgers in the way that I do my own research. And I put out a poll on Twitter last night, and we've got 119 votes. 81% like the movie Hook. 18.5% do not like the movie Hook. Nearly completely reversed from Rotten Tomatoes.
Should have put a third answer, though. Never seen it.
Well, Ken, I said, have you seen the 1991 film Hook?
I was just looking at the bar graphs.
If the answer is yes, and Jared, you watched it for the first time on Monday night, would you answer yes or no to this question?
I answered yes.
Okay. All right. Ken,
peer pressure.
Now, you are 49 years of age. I don't think you would enjoy Hook today, but if you could somehow put your brain back into 1991.
It was a good year.
Yeah.
It was. Got my driver's license.
Oh, yeah. You were too old for this. That's right.
That's right. Braves made the World Series, lost in excruciating fashion. But
that was worse than first, yeah.
Yeah, but, it's just the excitement of them, getting there. And it was the start of pretty much everything that I love about the Braves.
Ken, much like yourself, I peaked too early. Did you peak in 1991?
I was probably 87, but
87 as a 12-year-old. Yeah. Hey,
I peaked in the third grade.
I mean, that was the last time I made all A's, so maybe.
It was the last time I was happy.
I haven't peaked yet. Thank you.
Ken, we need to talk to Jared. Jared, everything okay?
No, it's not. But I show up to work every day with a smile.
The last time I was happy.
I tell myself I'm happy, which kind of blurs my vision for a little bit.
Welcome to adulthood.
Yeah, it sucks.
Terry says, Clip, did you hear about this Jacome kid? Is that how you say his name?
No, it's not.
Jacome?
It's
Jacome?
Yacome.
No,
Yacome?
it's Hakome.
Hakome?
Hakome, yeah.
Was he a
I believe
shortstop?
Yeah, he will compete. He will be competitive. No, I like this edition.
All right. A lot of interest. Man, Pirates, maybe out of necessity, but I think the 23 Club, Team Boneyard, and Cliff Godwin trying to just keep up with what college athletics is, college baseball is now. They have been very aggressive this offseason.
Yeah, and talk about it more in depth tomorrow when I host. But the West Virginia pitcher, pretty big guy. I like that addition as well.
Pretty big guy. What do you mean by that?
6'6".
6'6", and you can't teach that.
Yep.
Jared dropped a little nugget there. When you host, you're taking over tomorrow?
Yeah, you're going to be out of town. I've been stressing since about 11 o'clock trying to figure out what
Are you going to Farmville?
Woke up this morning.
Grifton?
Got
Not leaving the county.
myself a gun. Going to Jersey.
Woo!
But it's South Jersey. It's all farm.
So it's Philly.
It looks more like Farmville than it does. It's like, I think, 40, 45 from Philly. But it's farmland. Yeah.
Well, enjoy Trenton.
That's North Jersey, right?
Is it?
I don't know. I don't know my Jersey geography that well. I have been to Atlantic City. I was shocked at how much of a dump it was.
Oh, it's trash, yeah. I've never been.
I guess you're supposed to go at night because when you go during the day, you can see all the trash. I was like, this is kind of gross. And then you go into the casino. I went into a casino sober and in the afternoon.
Yeah, no.
And that is one of the most depressing things you can ever do.
Yeah, you could do that in Vegas, but Atlantic City.
Oh, my God.
You got to be.
It was so sad.
Tore up.
What you got, Ken?
I was just looking at where Trenton was. It's kind of right in the middle.
All right, middle jurors. Chad said, does that mean we get tank top clip? Well, I'm not going to the beach, but
you are getting away.
I will. I'll break out a tank top. I don't care. Chad says, so I guess no one watches the women's tackle football championship this past weekend. Game featured the Texas Elite Spartans against the Washington Prodigy. No, Chad. I missed that. But, hey, he is a football guy.
Sounds like he's got a little too much time on his hands.
Like I said, there's something out there for everybody.
Yeah.
I'm not going to hate on his hobbies. Jerry is turning 50 later this year, too. Do you get to hit off the senior tees at the golf course? I didn't think about that.
No doubt about it.
Ken is not going to compete in the Pirate Radio golf tournament, but we're going to roll him out like Arnold Palmer to hit the first drive.
I'm glad everybody's here.
The opening drive. Old Ken Watlington.
Back in my day.
Ken, I have a very personal question.
Oh, God.
You don't have to answer it.
Okay.
Do you use product?
Product.
Yeah, on your face.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Really?
We'll talk about this. Yeah.
Okay. I'm obviously I don't. I got a white beard. But
if I wasn't on TV, I wouldn't care.
Yeah.
But when you get those lights shining and you're on HD, boy, you can. Whew. Yeah. So yeah, I'll use some.
He uses just for Ken. And we'll take a break on that one. We'll come back and have more for you, Pirate Radio. Hey, the Charlotte Hornets franchise turns around tonight.
Turn around, leave town, hopefully.
Please get out of here. A little NBA draft and more. There is an overwhelming favorite now, betting wise, on who the Hornets will pick. And I got to tell you, it is not exciting.
Is it the one you said?
Is it KK?
Off air.
Break them out, folks. We'll talk about that and have more for you when we return on a Wednesday after this.
Hey Pirate Nation, warm weather is here and it's time to get back on the boat. And at Stroud's Marine, they're stocked up with over 26,000 pre-owned parts. They got everything you need from propellers, lower units, trim units, electrical and fuel parts, and just about anything else you need for an outboard. Stay up to date with the latest deals, parts, and promotions by following them on social media. And as always, their mission is to save you money and get you back on the water as quickly as possible. Remember, they're just around the corner. Stop by the shop at 865 Rivet Street in Greenville. For more information, head to StroudsMarine.com. Stroud's Marine, your best source for salvaged outboard parts.
You don't have to choose between comfort and capability when you're behind the wheel of a 2025 Honda Pioneer 704. Rugged and reliable, it delivers the power you need on the job, the smooth shifting you want on the trail. And with Honda's exclusive quick flip seating, you get the versatility of seating 4 passengers or stowing the back seats for a full cargo bed. See the latest Honda Pioneer 704 today at Ron Ayers Motorsports, Highway 11, north of the airport in Greenville. For your safety, read the owner's manual, wear a helmet, eye protection, close side nets and doors, and always wear seatbelts. Honda side-by-sides are for riders 16 and older.
Do you ever talk to yourself about where to eat today, and then you hear
Warren's Hot Dogs.
Then you're thinking, yeah, 2 hot dogs, chips, and a drink for $7.50 would be awesome.
Warren's Hot Dogs.
And maybe some homemade lemonade, perhaps a pizza or a sub, and definitely an apple or peach turnover.
Warren's Hot Dogs.
Don't overthink where to eat today. Go to Warren's Hot Dogs in Greenville across from Ron Ayers or in Chocowinity next to the fire station. Warren's Hot Dogs, serving the Pirate Nation since 1991. Go Pirates!
This is proud ECU alumni David Price of David Price Construction. As a leading general contracting firm, we specialize in commercial construction and renovation. Whether it's updating your office space, renovating your restaurant, or building a new retail store, our team at David Price Construction is ready to assist. We are committed to delivering quality, value, and customer satisfaction across all of our projects. So give us a call at 919-820-3612 or find us online at davidpriceconstruction.com. Go Pirates!
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Parker Bird for my friends at Shimmer Boutique. Arrivals are here from all your favorite brands like Kinder Scott, Yeti, Local Boy, Pimp Shrimp, Simply Southern, and a lot more. Shop now at shimmerboutiqueonline.com and receive free shipping on all orders over $100. And don't forget, Shimmer is your place to get your very own Parker Bird shirt, available in youth and adult sizes. Shimmer in Greenville, Winterville, Jacksonville, and shimmerboutiqueonline.com. Go Pirates!
This June, it's employee pricing time at Washington Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. You heard right. You pay what we pay. Get up to $12,000 off the Motor Trend Truck of the Year, the 2025 Ram 1500. Looking for adventure? We've got employee pricing on the 2025 Jeep Wrangler and the award-winning Jeep Grand Cherokee. These deals are hotter than a Carolina summer, but only for a limited time. Hurry to Washington Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram today, where you don't need a badge to get the employee discount. Washington Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Drive a little, save a lot.
Looking for the ultimate spot on the Morehead City waterfront this summer? Then head to King Mackerel's Restaurant and Bar, where the food is fresh, the drinks are cold, and the vibes are always live. King Mac's is your ECU game day headquarters with waterfront views and game day food specials. So whether you're reeling in a marlin or just soaking up the sun, come grab a bite, listen to some tasty tunes, and make your summer legendary at King Mackerel's on the waterfront in Morehead City.
Here at the Holistic Company, we know that life throws you its fair share of curveballs, like passing that drug test. Congrats. Now you can finally relax, kick back, and well, light one up. You've earned it. And whether you've had one of those weeks, or maybe your mother-in-law's in town and you're one passive-aggressive comment away from needing a vacation. If this sounds like you, then come visit our team here at the Holistic Company to help you find the perfect products to ease your stress and promote relaxation. Order our products online at theholisticco.com or visit us at 5th and Evans in Greenville or at one of our other 2 locations in Fremont or Smithfield. The Holistic Company.
This is Mack McCarthy, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Good news, business travelers. PGV and American Airlines has added a new early morning flight available now. Book today at aa.com and be on time for that connection in Charlotte. PGV, where the pirates fly. Do you want to get rid of wrinkles, tighten and lift your skin, smooth your skin texture, erase veins and brown spots, get rid of unwanted hair and under-eye fat pads? Are you interested in Botox or filler? Contact the licensed professionals at Beauty Bar Medi Spa for a free consultation and ask about their newest technologies and treatments. Beauty Bar Medi Spa on Red Banks Road in Greenville. Enjoy your visit. Love your transformation. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here's Clip.
All right, back with you, Pirate Radio Live on a Wednesday. Ken Watlington joining us. Has the station been a little quieter this week?
Because Zach's gone.
Yeah.
Yes.
A lot of work being done at Channel 9 this week.
Yeah, it's all right. He deserves a vacation.
Yeah.
And so do we.
Texted him earlier trying to get him on the show tomorrow. I was like, we can do video, we can do phone call. He was like, if we do a video, here's 6 different times we could do. I'm like, we'll just do a phone call.
He's very thorough.
Yeah, we'll just do a phone call. He's like, I'll be on a golf course. And I was like, all right, we'll do a phone call.
Zach Kaplan will be appearing on Thursday's edition of Pirate Radio Live. Talked to Bailey on Monday, Ken, from the sports side of things. It's a little light. You've got your summer baseball, obviously.
Yeah.
Bailey said, and I don't know how much he said y'all covered it at Channel 9, but like a lot of summer basketball tournaments going on as well. But it's All-Star season. If you're looking for some things to film, every Winterville, Greenville area All-Star teams playing.
And there's a history of these All-Star teams winning state championships, and in the instance of the Pitt County girls softball last year winning a world championship.
Yeah.
So I mean,
we
we got weeks and weeks of this to go. So and then it'll be football season.
Yeah, and we are definitely excited about that. I saw this on Reddit, and I don't know how these brackets were determined, but it was the most annoying fan bases field of 32.
Oh yeah, I got number one and number one only.
I know the number one seed.
I bet you don't, though. What do you think my pick is? Number one. Most annoying fan base.
Well, I mean, I would go Cowboys, but you saying that makes me think it's going to be somebody else.
So it's pro football. Is that, or is it just in general?
Pro football.
NFL.
Okay, NFL. We'll go Cowboys. Yeah.
Oh,
I thought it was just any fan base ever.
But who were you going to say?
Ohio State.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay.
Well, I mean, Will was
But then again, Ohio State actually wins things. You're right, Cowboys. Let's go.
But former intern Will was an Ohio State fan. They won the national championship. He's like, I don't even know if we should keep Ryan Day. It's like,
yeah,
you won the national championship.
I mean,
he had
that
some
was
brutal sports takes.
Yeah, like they lose to Michigan again, to end the regular season. Oh, Ryan Day has got to go. And then 6 weeks later, they're the national champion.
Yeah.
But the bracket I saw was very interesting for us here at Pirate Radio because in round one, it had the Commanders versus Dolphins, and it had the Raiders versus Panthers. Shirley is a Dolphins fan. As I said to her before the show, as she said, Dolphins fans are pretty quiet these days, and there aren't a ton of them. I think they're just more like sad and done with it than annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah, the empathy is set in.
Yeah, very similar.
About a year ago, we're like, who cares?
But we can get annoying if we win a few games. I probably got annoying last year.
Oh, I was super annoying all of December and most of January.
But, like, Dolphins fans are just wondering if Dan Marino has, like, an illegitimate nephew or something out there that can come save him because it's just been awful.
Dano still got something in the tank.
Probably so. No flubs. Shirley, can we hear no flubs? Just for old time's sake.
Let me see if I still got it up here.
This is all Dolphins fans have to hold on to these days.
No flub.
No flubs.
No flubs.
I know I loaded it. Where did it go?
Yeah, let's find no flubs. This is kind of a flub.
Of course it's a flub.
This is a huge flub. But yeah, I'm gonna say the Commanders fans are more annoying than Dolphins fans.
I got it.
Okay.
It's right here.
For sure.
Let's flub it.
You'll get round-trip airfare and tickets to a game, a complete uniform, and a chance to meet me. Stay tuned. I'll have details on how to enter, and we'll be announcing a winner later tonight.
Okay, it was a little long, and I think you flubbed on that last.
Did not flub at all.
No, it wasn't a flub.
There was no f***ing flub. It was not a flub.
You want to see that playback?
No, come on, let's do it.
Okay. Just to hear. Ready? Go. Take 3, 25-second version.
Take 3.
Action. Hi, I'm Dan Marino from the Miami Dolphins. Welcome to Visa NFL Quarterback Club Week on. I hope you've enjoyed your Thanksgiving Day. We have more NFL action on Sunday starting at 1 p.m. Eastern, but tonight you'll get a chance to be my backup quarterback for a day. You'll get round-trip airfare and tickets to a game, a complete uniform, and a chance to meet me. Stay tuned. I'll have details on how to enter, and we'll be announcing a winner later tonight.
Perfect.
Send it in.
That's great. You want to see a playback on it?
Nope.
Yourself?
I don't want to see.
Want to see a playback on it? Nope.
I feel that, though, in my bones. Because sometimes our marketing people will have us shoot promos, to do. Let's say it less like a news guy. I'm like, that's literally what I am. What do you mean less like a news guy?
Could you be less like Ken Watlington when you say this?
Say it like this. That's not how I talk.
Say it like Brian Bailey would say it.
And something like that.
And that kind of deal. Dan Marino.
And that kind of thing.
And that kind
Seriously,
of thing.
y'all got to shut up.
All right. Sorry. Panthers, Raiders, Ken. And now we are surrounded by more Panthers fans.
The worst.
Oh, wow. Panthers.
What's up, Chandler? How you?
What's up? How annoying are Panthers fans to you?
Just the worst.
Really?
Yeah, the worst.
Are you just saying that?
Yeah, but I kind of believe it.
I don't know if I would call Raiders fans annoying. They are passionate. I mean, even Cornell Powell yesterday, I tried to get him to say something bad about him, and he was like, man, they're one of the wildest in the league, but I appreciate it. They love their team.
But I would I would say that the Raider fans, I don't know. I've said some annoying things about Cornell Powell. Never met the guy, but it's like he's a Chief.
Well, that's fine.
Yeah.
I don't think that's because every fan base does that.
Yeah.
I guess we should define annoying if we're going to judge it.
Panther fans, yeah, because, I mean, they're not there for the hard times. I went to a Panther game last year, empty.
Yeah.
But, hey, they win 9-10 games, that place will be packed.
Yeah.
For that reason, they are annoying.
Raider fans, we're always there.
Yeah. Washington fans showed up at sad FedEx Field, I guess. More so to, like, boo Dan Snyder.
Yeah, yeah.
People probably say, like, oh, well, your stadium's filled with away fans. Well, maybe don't move the team 3-4 times.
Yeah.
That's going to be my point.
That does stink. By the way, the A's have the lowest attendance in baseball this year, if anybody's wondering.
They don't even have a city. They're just the Athletics.
Oh, Jamie said the clip of Marino on CBS Sunday Football is funny, where he gets mad. I don't know.
I have that audio too.
It's more of a video because but yeah, let's hear the audio of it.
Okay, give me 1 second. Okay, here it is.
Yeah.
Because of Brian Griese, he's the #1 rated quarterback, and there's a good reason why.
I talked to my man Terrell Buckley last week in Miami. He was on a bye week, by the way, playing golf. He told me that defense is
He bangs on the table. This guy's got rage issues.
I feel it again.
Yeah, but I mean,
I'm lockstep with Dan Marino today. Sometimes you just.
Were you that Inside Edition host that lost it? No, that was O'Reilly. Sorry.
O'Reilly, yeah. But that's what it was back in the day. Yeah.
That was.
Do you have
We'll do it
an
live.
O'Reilly factor?
No.
The Watlington factor.
No.
Yeah.
You ever thought of getting in the political game, Ken?
No.
I heard you can grift and make a lot of money that way.
You seriously can.
Yeah.
No.
I've thought about it, but I like that some people like me in this world.
Yeah.
I couldn't be hated by millions of people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know, Jarrett. Would you like to be a millionaire and, like, a lot of people just can't stand you?
Well, I'm not a millionaire, and I already feel like a lot of people can't stand me. But that's just how my mind works. I think everybody hates me.
A lot for the therapist to work out.
I know. That's a rough one.
Nah, I'm not going to therapy. Therapy's a joke, dude. They just tell you, like, oh, you hate your dad. That's why. It's like, that has nothing to do with why I feel the way I feel.
Do you hate your dad?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
I went to therapy, and my dad never came up.
All right.
Do you hate Jared's dad?
No, I do not.
Okay, good.
Oh, you haven't met him, so I
Not
wouldn't.
yet.
Jamie says Clip was pretty annoying with the Commanders. He gets a pass first year back. This season, no pass. Okay. I'll tell you what, if they have a year like they did last year with this schedule and this economy, I'm gonna be annoying
In
AF.
this heat?
Man. Scott says, as a Dolphin fan, having lived in South Florida, many are fair weather fans. Yeah, Dolphins do not have a good home atmosphere.
That's just Miami.
Yeah,
I
Miami
mean,
sports
my God,
is
the
all.
heat.
Plus, that's hockey country. So.
Yeah. Hockey country. It's just like you watch a Heat playoff game and the people don't show up till halftime. Then they leave midway through the third quarter.
Well, I mean, they're down by the beach. Who wants to watch a basketball game when you can get a tan?
That's what I'm saying. They're fair weather.
I think I'd rather watch a game, but that's me. Surprise of the day, Ken is almost 50. Does not look like it. I agree.
You don't look a day over 48.
49 in 11 months.
Black don't crack.
Hey.
Is what I hear. All right. Terry says BY9 is going to be league MVP. Terry, I'm afraid I've got some bad news. I don't know. Who are we talking about that said Bryce Young?
Dan Orlovsky.
Dan Orlovsky says Bryce Young will be what? The breakout
star of 2025.
He had some moments.
Never know.
Especially there towards the end against good teams, the Eagles and the Chiefs.
I already grew 3 inches this offseason.
Really?
Yeah.
He's either going to be the breakout star or they'll bench him again. No in between.
Let's go back to Andy Dalton. Is he still there?
Yeah, that's a little PTSD for me.
Okay. First, here's your first therapy lesson. Not everything's about you.
Well, I'm talking. So I'm going to relate it to myself.
I'm talking here. Ken, thank you for joining us. I think we all feel better, especially Jared.
I'm sure. I'm glad we could talk it out.
Ken, what is your fourth plans for the year?
I'll be here. Big shindig down at the town common. Starting at 3 o'clock, we'll be down there live, bringing you the news at 5, 5:30, and 6. July 4th. Hope it's a little bit cooler than it is today.
If we had Ken Watlington's ultimate 4th of July cookout, what would be on your plate?
All of it. Burgers, hot dogs, good potato salad.
So I mentioned potato salad yesterday. Something I didn't mention yesterday. How you guys feel about some baked beans?
Absolutely.
Okay, there you go.
I was ambivalent. Is that the right word? Yes, ambivalent towards baked beans until I had them over at Sam Jones. And them suckers are good.
Yeah.
But then
there's a lot going on.
All of them are not like that. So.
Right. There's a lot going on in the baked beans.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff in there.
Some meats.
And it is good stuff.
Yeah.
All right, Ken. Thank you, man.
Thanks, y'all.
Happy 4th to you. Take a break, come back. Big hour 2 on tap. Coach Mack joins us. Jeff Nadu as well. Talk some hoops in hour number 2 and in hour number 3. And we'll sprinkle in some football along the way. More to go. Pirate Radio Live on a Wednesday after this.
Hey, O's fans, the 2025 Birdland Hawaiian shirt is here. This year, fans have 2 chances to receive one of the most popular giveaways in Birdland. Be one of the first 15,000 fans on Tuesday, July 8th, or one of the first 20,000 fans on Saturday, July 12th, for your chance to get this season's Hawaiian shirt. Join in on the fun when Tropical Vibes meets Orioles baseball. Get your tickets and be sure to arrive early. Buy tickets today at Orioles.com/tickets.
Washington's favorite place to eat and where all the locals go is down on Main Street. Down on Main Street is now open 7 days a week. Stop by for the house salad with grilled chicken, the half club sandwich with chips, or everyone's favorite, the fried shrimp plate. After work, Down on Main Street is the perfect spot for dinner and drinks on the patio. Join Down on Main every Wednesday for half-price wings from 4 p.m. to close. Down on Main Street in historic downtown Washington. Go Pirates!
This is Holt Nailers for my friends at Anson Belts, the belts that I wear. Go to ansonbelt.com to find micro-adjustable holeless belts with over 30-plus options of a 1/4 inch apart instead of your typical 5 holes 1 inch apart, always giving you the perfect fit every time. If your waist fluctuates, Anson Belt is great because you can always find the perfect fit any time of the year. ansonbelt.com. Over 10,000 combinations to choose from, a belt for every occasion, and the official belt of the Holt Nailers Show.
Phelps Chevrolet is the dealer to see for a car or a truck or an SUV. The best service and quality. That's the Phelps guarantee. Phelps Chevrolet, the name you can trust. Phelps Chevrolet, you can count on us. The name you can depend on. Phelps Chevrolet.
Get you one. Miss Shirley, play my dad's commercial now.
Okay, Lincoln, you got it.
Looking for the best ride on 4 wheels? I'm Brian Harris with 360 Golf Carts in Greenville. From parts to sales to service, we've got you covered with E-Z-Go, Club Car, and rugged utility carts ready to roll. Locally owned and operated, we'll even deliver right to you. Come see me on Highway 43, just past D.H. Conley High School, or visit 360golfcarts.com.
360 Golf Carts, pirates supporting pirates. Arr!
Hey Pirate Nation, Lindsay Gray here with Carolina Caliber. In 1960, my granddaddy started his firearm business right here in Eastern NC. Still family owned and operated, we have the area's largest selection for outdoor shooting sports and accessories and are one of the nation's top firearm dealers. At Carolina Caliber, we have everything you need from hunting, home defense, and personal protection, including a wide variety for ladies and youth. We buy, sell, and trade. It's a time-honored tradition. Visit us at Carolina Caliber on Fire Tower Road in Winterville.
Arr, matey, this old ship's looking worse than a sea monster's backside. Look at these splintered planks, this saggy deck. It's a bloody mess.
You be right, mate. Even the galley's a disaster. Me kitchen's more like a dungeon than a place for cooking.
What we need is someone who can fix this old tub, make it shine like treasure.
Wait, I've heard of KDL Construction in Greenville. Kathy Herring and her crew do magical things with remodeling. They can fix up kitchens, bathrooms, even whole ships. Homes.
Aye, and she talks to her crew like a true captain. No surprises, just smooth sailing. I heard they got a skilled crew with cabinets, counters, and everything we need.
Aye, let's call KDL Construction, mate. It's time to turn this rust bucket into a beauty. I'm gonna visit KDLConstructionLLC.com today.
KDL Construction, turning your home from shipwrecked to shipshape. Arr!
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Hey, are you a country music fan? Are you a 90s country music fan? How about this? Are you a Travis Tritt fan? How would you like to go see Travis Tritt tomorrow night at the Roanoke Island Festival Park in Manteo? Here's the caveat. I've got 8 tickets, so I'm looking for 2 winners that can win a 4-pack of tickets. All you got to do is call me at 317-1250. First 2 callers in walk away with the 4 tickets. You got to be able to come to the studio and pick them up. The concert is tomorrow night at the Roanoke Island Festival Park in Manteo. Big thanks to Chili Water for the tickets, your hometown H2O. Go to chiliwater.com to find a retailer near you. 317-1250. First 2 callers walks away with 4 tickets each to see Travis Tritt tomorrow night. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
I'm excited because we got 2 chili waters in the fridge chilling out, and Chandler wanted me to wait for him to crack it and we'd drink them together, but
he's not here.
He's not here. So, if one of y'all want to join me.
He's got to be here soon. I got to go produce something.
I'll go get him and open one with you.
Well, one's for him. He said he was going to open it when he got here.
You want to do it, Shirley?
Well, he's not here.
Let's do it.
He's about to be here.
Hey, will you go get me and Shirley 2 chili waters? Hey,
I can go get it.
Garçon, 2 chili waters, please.
I can't believe he's going to go get them because I thought the only person he would go get water for is Bryce.
No, Jared.
I mean, because usually oh, God.
Chandler said, I'm on the way.
Oh, no.
Dude, it is the hottest day of the year, Chandler. I've got chili water just sitting there waiting to be drank. I can't wait any longer, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, he's going to be so upset. He should be mad at Shirley, not me. I mean, because...
No. You better beat back that trolley train right on up, son.
Don't talk about my trolley train. Are you really going to do this?
You want to do it, I'll do it. He can drink the rest of it.
I'm against this, by the way. He said one was for him and one was for you, and he was going to crack it when he got back.
He can drink after me. He's done it all the time.
Shirley,
I think he wanted to crack it.
Shirley.
And obviously he wants to drink it because it's delicious.
He's running red lights. You know this, right? He's running red lights and screaming at his radio right now, Shirley, don't you open that can. That's for me.
This thing feels so good and cold.
It's biodegradable.
Really?
Is 1 can enough? That's what's written on the top.
For me and Shirley, yes. For
From
Chandler,
no. We got to read this.
All right.
From ice to pure canned perfection. We've been perfecting the art of ice, crystal clear, pure, and always refreshing.
You know what I like?
It's cold.
You know what I like? It is.
Normally, our drinks are not that cold when they come out of the fridge.
It's a product out of Carolina Ice Company, Kinston, North Carolina.
Shut up. Where does that say? What does that say?
Where does that say? What does that say?
What does that say? Where does that say? I took my glasses off. What does that say means I can't see it. Oh, I found it right here.
It looks like it was born last month. It's a fresh.
That's cool.
At the end of last month. This is a fresh water.
Stop stalling, Clip.
Do you want to do it?
I'm going to do it. Let him get mad at me. It won't be the first.
right,
Look,
here we go.
I had everybody mad at me yesterday.
All
so
right,
this
we
is nothing.
got
All
right.
One, two.
Hold on. We got right side.
Strong side. Chandler is losing his mind right now.
I mean, I don't know if he'll be mad. He just.
Hey, that ain't bad.
I'm receiving text. He is mad. He's typing in all caps.
He's screaming at me.
Oh, wow. He just cursed.
Okay. Sorry, Chan. I'll save the rest of the can for you.
Chandler, that is refreshing.
She's the one that has to deal with it because he's going to be sitting here.
No, I don't.
Ice cold chili water.
He's going to go in there.
Now he's going to be sitting right. Somebody's got to run video.
Man, that was
Wait.
good.
Well, then why have you got to?
Because I got to go.
That's right. You got to go next door. Okay.
Yeah. All right, let's get to our conversation with Coach Mack McCarthy. Talked to him a couple hours ago, and here is that. All right, joining us today on Pirate Radio Live, former ECU head basketball coach Mack McCarthy, as we are sweating it out here in eastern North Carolina. Is it about the same up there in Virginia, Mack?
It is really hot. Whatever colloquialism you want to use, it's hot.
Let me hold on. I forgot something. Hang on one second, Mike. Let me set the mood here. How do I look?
The Pac-12. The Pac-12, alive and well.
I can't say Mack McCarthy never got me nothing because he got me this beauty of a hat.
I've gotten you more stuff than that.
I know. But this takes the cake. Mack, we'll talk some college athletics. When you think like summer basketball, what is a college basketball coach doing this time of year? Some guy, John Calipari, will probably be at the NBA draft tonight because it seems like he's always there with some guys. But what's a college basketball coach doing in June, July?
Actually, in this day and age, they're coaching. The kids are back in school, and they have X number of hours per week where they can actually coach, lift weights, and do all that kind of stuff. So there's no days off for college basketball coaches anymore.
Planning to talk to Coach Schwartz when we come back from our July 4th break and get an update on the roster, which of course is going to have a lot of overturn, like every school this year, in today's game, and also talk about the schedule, which I don't know if you followed it, Mac. How about East Carolina in the non-conference will be taking on North Carolina, Michigan State. I'll throw St. Bonaventure in there, the Bonnies. It's a uniquely attractive schedule for Pirate basketball.
Yeah, I think challenging yourself is a good thing within limits. You also still have to win games too, but I think fans enjoy seeing those games, and of course, the days of mid majors or whatever you want to classify every school as, but the days of mid majors hosting Power 4 teams is just about gone. I was fortunate enough to coach at a time where you could entice those teams to come, and it actually was to their benefit to go on the road and win games, especially against good teams that were going to do well in their conference and have a good record. And the old RPI and strength of schedule and all that played into it, and you got bonus points for road wins and encourage people to go, but people were more likely to travel back in the day, and it just doesn't happen anymore. So you got to get them when you can, and get some guarantees. That doesn't hurt anybody at all, and then try to get as many as you can on neutral courts, since you can't necessarily get them at home.
Yeah, and the Pirates will be facing Michigan State and the Bonnies on a neutral court, and I believe going to the Dean Dome to face North Carolina. Do you have some, Jared? Okay, you were leaning in like you wanted to get in. If you do, let me know.
I didn't know if you knew where those games were going to be.
You don't think I know where the games are?
I know the Carolina game, yeah.
Edit this part out of me demeaning my producer.
No, we'll keep it in.
We were lucky to have Terry Holland here for multiple reasons, but he had to help with the basketball schedules to get those ACC schools in, and you liked having State coming here. I don't know about Clemson and Wake. Did you coach against the Deacons and the Tigers as well. Was that you?
Yeah, unfortunately, but no, it was still good to get them in Minges.
Absolutely. It was awesome.
Even though we didn't necessarily come out on the top of those, but we did manage to bump off the Wolfpack, which is always fun when you're a Pirate. So, those were good memories, and you see a little bit of that in the background there. But yeah, even in the last decade, that has really gone by the wayside. Being able to get people to come, it's almost like you have to open a facility or have a great relationship with another coach to the point where they're willing to take that on. But scheduling is the second most important thing that you do, right behind recruiting.
Mac, man, I have talked about this for years, and I don't. You're the guy I need to get on board because you have connections in the basketball world. So I want to do either a North Carolina, South Carolina challenge or a Battle for North Carolina challenge and put it in Charlotte, put it in Greensboro, something. But if you want to do the North Carolina versus South Carolina, and they're not all going to be attractive matchups, but, you could do Carolina versus South Carolina and Clemson versus, you'd have to do a non-ACC school, obviously. So whoever, I mean, it could be ECU, could be Charlotte, Davidson, whatever. Put one of those against Wofford and Furman and do a North Carolina versus South Carolina, or just make it all our state. But I don't know. Can we do something like that for a little preseason tournament? I think that'd be a lot of fun.
It would be a lot of fun, and those things used to exist. There was one in Virginia where it wasn't a tournament necessarily, but it was a doubleheader where Virginia and Virginia Tech played two other teams in Richmond. And of course, the old ACC thing got started with the old North-South doubleheader with Everett Case doing that against North Carolina and South Carolina teams, just like you're talking about. But again, those schools don't want to give up a home game, because when you're selling out in season tickets or selling a bunch of season tickets and you can add another home game to the cost of that ticket, people just don't want to give those up anymore. And if they do, it's going to be a neutral court game against another big team probably. So it still exists to some degree, but boy, it's hard to get together. You almost need a corporate sponsor to just come in and money whip you to make you do it.
Mac, what are the behind the scenes? What's the conversation like of you trying to schedule a game during your time at ECU with the not even a state or a Virginia or whatever, but like an Old Dominion or a VCU or something, an area kind of regional team? What are the conversations like? Is that you talking to their head coach? Is it ADs involved? Like how did it work then, and is it the same today?
It's the same today. I mean, occasionally an AD will have a connection, but mostly it's head coach to head coach. And, does it benefit both programs? We had a home and home with VCU back in the day, and continued to play Wilmington, and those things were good for us, I thought. But yeah, it's mostly head coach to head coach. A whole lot of scheduling used to take place at the Final Four because everybody is there, and at that point, your schedule is usually not done. So you've got some openings, some flexibility, and that's kind of where the conversations start.
For some reason, we have to schedule college football games like 7 years out. For basketball, you guys do it year to year, right? Like there are some deals. Yeah. We just got a deal home, away with App State. So that's set up. But a lot of it's just year to year, right?
Yeah, sure is. And Sonny Smith, my old boss, when we were at Auburn, they would ask him about scheduling, and he was pretty notorious for scheduling a bunch of wins. But he said, you'll be able to tell just how good we recruited by how well we're scheduling. If we're not playing anybody, recruiting didn't go well.
Well, that's a good point, because in football, you see these schedules come out, and ECU and Clemson in 2029, I think, and you're like, oh, man, Dabo, and you start looking at the roster for a second, you're like, wait, none of these guys are going to be here. The coaches might not even be here. So you just don't know. But basketball, you're right. You're like, we're a little small this year. Let's find some other guard oriented teams or something. We don't want to face a big man. So I guess there is a difference in that.
Yeah, and there's some things where you can start playing good teams that don't necessarily have good names. We we had great teams, and what we used to have was we had the Dr. Pepper Classic in Chattanooga. It was the Crystal Classic before that, and we had Georgia and Georgia Tech, and we had all kind of really good teams. But the best tournament we ever had was Liberty and College of Charleston and Drexel. The year they were all good. Maybe they all had their very best team ever, and it was. That's kind of the worst case scenario. You're playing really good teams, but you're playing teams without any big names. And, Malik Rose was on the Drexel team, and that was Coach Harrion back in the day. Yeah. And College of Charleston had John Kress down there, and they had a really good team. And Liberty had their best team ever. They had a couple players, some of the first guys from Africa. Luma was the center, and his son ended up playing at Virginia Tech more recently, and it was 4 great games. We won the first game on a tip in, and the second game by 2, and incredible games. And I don't know that anybody really cared until the end of the season. I think the RPI probably, I think they probably cared.
Sounds somewhat similar to ECU playing somebody called North Alabama last year in basketball. And I'm like, how the hell do you get basically waxed by who is North Alabama? By the end of the year, they've won 30 games. They're in their conference tournament championship and have a lead late in that game, I want to say. But turned out to be a good team. So, you just never know. Mack McCarthy joining us today, talking basketball here on the hottest day of the year. Always a good time to talk hoops. Always a good time to talk some football as well, Coach Mack. And I don't know, what any thoughts in the last week about this upcoming college football season? Like, what are the big storylines you think for this college football season?
Well, I think the biggest storyline, and we've mentioned it, I think, before, but none of the top teams have a returning quarterback outside of Penn State. I guess Clemson to some degree, maybe those two, but there are so many teams that are in the top 10, top 15 that are going to have new quarterbacks. Yeah, the talented quarterbacks, highly recruited quarterbacks, big name quarterbacks like Manning and Beck, but people coming off injuries or who haven't played. That makes picking that top 10 not the usual suspects. Possibly, it could be somebody with a veteran quarterback that's a little bit below that level. And of course, with the big news that I was talking about on another show yesterday was Castellanos, the new quarterback at Florida State, running his mouth a little bit, saying that they don't have Saban to save them anymore. I don't see them stopping me. I
don't think that's his worst comment. He I need to see everything this guy said, because I read one quote where he basically held up Boston College for the last decade, and now he's finally got good players to play with. Like, this guy's insane.
Yeah, he's a little crazy. He's an interesting guy. He's small, does not have a great arm, very elusive, good runner. Clearly the alpha male that they were looking for to run the team after DJU failed and flamed out last year. But he's from Waycross, Georgia, went to Central Florida originally, went to Boston College, beat Florida State twice. So they said, we may as well just take him and bring Malzahn in as the offensive coordinator. He's got a great receiver coming from Tennessee, a great receiver coming from Southern Cal. We'll see if he can get him the ball. But not that Alabama is going to be all that fired up, but in this day and age where every game is just so close, you really don't want to give anybody any kind of edge, and he clearly probably fired them up. And if those kids really like DeBoer and of course, they're motivated by a national championship. This game of Florida State is in the way of a national championship. I don't know that they can be more motivated, but if they can be, I think he took care of that. That's the best bulletin material I've seen in a long time.
Is this, off the top of your head, Mac, is this a neutral site game early in the year?
No, it's in Tallahassee.
Oh, okay. Well,
yeah.
Their folks will be fired up. What's the line on that going to be, Jared? Bama minus
11.5, I think.
There already is a line, probably.
I was
yeah.
thinking like 8 maybe.
Yeah, I was thinking lower, but okay.
I think it's a little higher, but yeah, regardless, it's going to be close to double figures one way or the other, and it's going to be an interesting game, and a lot of pressure on DeBoer after last year with bad losses to Vanderbilt, a really bad loss to a mediocre Oklahoma team, and everybody's talking about Brian Kelly and LSU playing at Clemson, that being a big game, and it is, but either one of those teams can lose that game and still play for a national championship. Alabama better not lose the game in Tallahassee.
They're 13-point favorites.
All right, there you go.
There you go.
Mac, last year, man, was almost like a monumental season of college football because you had, how's the Pac-12 teams going to do in the Big Ten and to a lesser degree the ACC? What about the new look Big 12? What Texas and Oklahoma are playing in the freaking SEC. So like that was life without Nick Saban. So much to talk about. What is new this year? I was kind of trying to think about that. Anything off the top of your head, like new coaches? This one's a bit off the main radar, but I guess like Dan Mullen at UNLV. Could that work out the way he has coached teams up in the past? Is anything new come off the top of your head, Mac? Any new teams and new leagues, new coaches, anything?
I don't know about new, but I think obviously the Manning story is going to be huge.
Yeah.
Playing.
Oh, there he is. All right, we lost you right when you said something about Manning.
Well, I'm thinking about Manning and the young kid, the freshman at Michigan is going to be a huge story, and then maybe of the guys coming back, can Penn State get over the top now that they have such a veteran team and everybody else is putting some new key people in places, and you can say a little bit of the same thing about Clemson. Are they back in that national championship conversation? No, they were in the playoffs last year, but nobody's really been talking about them winning the whole thing in 2 or 3 years now.
All right, Mac, we got to get NASCAR, but real quick, our Bill Walton Memorial Pac-12 college football preview. I got Oregon State, Washington State in my top 2. I don't who's going to take it this year?
I think it's going to come down to those two also, I love the fact that the Pac-12 has survived. As sad at Texas State, so they've got their 9 teams, 8 football teams. But I don't think they're done. I know I said there wasn't going to be any realignment, and mainly I was talking about the Power 4 folks. But there still may be some people jumping around. They got a decent deal, not a great financial deal, but a decent deal, and they've got a few CBS games, but they have multiple networks covering them. So they have survived against all odds, in my opinion.
Mac, you were dead wrong about realignment being done. I saw 2 teams went to the Big Sky today. So
I was dead right. Yes, of the folks that people care about, I was right.
Oh, well, Mac, I thought Mac liked the little guy.
I can't go that little.
All right, good call. Mac can't go little because he's doing big things on the track, right, Jarrett?
Yeah, good week at Pocono for Coach Mac's team. You had 4 of the top 5, Mac. That's crazy. Chase Briscoe with the win. Nice to see him get his first win with Joe Gibbs Racing.
Yeah, there's a little pressure on him in that 19 car, but he's been running well, and 4 poles. I think that's more than anybody else this year. He's had speed, but hadn't finished the deal, and that was crazy the other day. Another fuel mileage race, which to me, again, that's still exciting, and held off Hamlin and held off Blaney, and I was sitting there, but I've had 4 of the top 5 the last 3 or 4 weeks, or 4 or 5 of the last weeks, and none of them have come through. But thank goodness, good job, Briscoe. Thank you very much. Move me up.
Yeah, still a lot of ways to go. I got 23, clip 19, but you're working your way into the positives with 7. So,
man, I mean, that's good. He was in the negative
went from -3 2 weeks ago to 7. So
yeah,
that's a big jump. But, Mac, I got a question for you. I think there's 11 spots locked in for the playoffs. Do you think with 9 races left, we get to a point where somebody has a win and gets left out of the playoffs?
No, I don't. I'd like to see it just for the controversy's sake, but no, I don't think it'll happen. And then of course what we hadn't talked about was the in-season tournament, which I hate gimmicks, and this sort of is one, but I kind of like this in-season tournament thing, and the way they set up the seeding, it mixed things up a little bit. I'm looking forward to having something at the end of the race in case we get one of those blowouts or runaways that we'll have something to talk about.
So this tournament, it's just one-on-one, right? Like a driver's competing against another driver. That's all it is?
Yeah, 32 teams, and they took the best finish of the last 3 races, and that's how they seeded you. So Hamlin is 1, and I think Briscoe is 2. Van Gisbergen doesn't make it because he was 33 in points, so he doesn't get in the tournament. But you got 16 races coming up in the Atlanta race on Saturday night, and then of course you get down to 8, 4, 2, and after the first round, the 2 cars that are matched up will have matching mast across their same color across their name on the windshield, so you'll be able to see them if they happen to be going head to head.
Oh, okay. And so, what is the prize? What do you win? Is it points? Is it a cash prize?
$1 million.
All right. Not bad.
Yeah, we ain't.
Not bad. We're talking clip money right there.
We ain't racing for no points, Jarrett.
Playoff points, man.
Oh, cash. All right, Maxter. Good chat, man. Hope your issues in your home are going all right. How's I do have one personal question for you. How old is your daughter?
She is a day away from being 2 weeks.
No, not your granddaughter, your daughter.
Oh, daughter. 38.
All right. Okay. Man, might have missed out. Are you familiar with the movie Hook?
I mean, I remember. I've heard of the movie Hook.
You do not recall watching the movie Hook?
I did not watch the movie Hook.
We've had a lot of discussion about it. Just curious if you were a fan of it or not. But if you have not seen it, then I will not ask you about it.
I apologize.
And I don't even necessarily recommend it, but Rotten Tomatoes gave it 29%, which is a freaking outrage because I did my own poll on Twitter, and check this out. Let me get an update on this. We have had, to this point, 115 votes. Did you enjoy the film Hook? 81% say yes. It's a pretty good sample size.
That's very good. Of course, you're talking to a bunch of pirates, too.
True.
So if you combine Rotten Tomatoes and your poll, the movie's got 110%. It's the greatest of all time.
Good math. All right. Well, say hello to the grandbaby for me, Mac, and have a good week.
Break will come back. Keep the interviews rolling. Keep the little basketball talk rolling with Jeff Nadu, who joins us when we return. Talk NBA draft props and more. Back with you after this timeout.
Greenville Motor Company and Greenville Auto World, 2 names that are synonymous with top quality sales and service in Pitt County for over 47 years. And Brian Cook joins us now. And Brian, talk about your philosophy when it comes to previously owned cars, trucks, SUVs, even hybrids now.
Yeah, we're going to shop all over the Southeast, trying to keep a good mix of inventory. And from there, we want to offer a top quality product to use through warranties and finance that we can provide.
Try us, trust us at driveherenow.com. If you're looking for a delicious home-cooked country breakfast or lunch, look no further than CD's Grill. CD's Grill in Winterville has the best country cooking around. Start your day with CD's mouth-watering homemade cheese biscuits, eggs cooked to order, and pancakes so big and fluffy there's no way you leave hungry. Open Monday through Friday from 5:30 a.m. until 2 p.m. and Saturday from 5:30 to 11 a.m. CD's has lunch specials and an all-you-can-eat salad bar. Stop by, say hey to owner Jason Brown and the CD's crew. CD's Grill, 111 West Fire Tower Road in Winterville. CD's Grill, the best country cooking around.
Do you want to get rid of wrinkles, tighten and lift your skin, smooth your skin texture, erase veins and brown spots, get rid of unwanted hair and under-eye fat pads? Are you interested in Botox or filler? Contact the licensed professionals at Beauty Bar MediSpa for a free consultation and ask about our newest technologies and treatments. Learn more at beautybarmedispa.com, Red Banks Road, Greenville. Enjoy your visit, love your transformation, and go Pirates.
This is Martin Truex Jr., and as a NASCAR Cup Series champion, I love one-stop shopping. When I need fresh tires or fuel during a race, my pit crew takes care of everything. Off the track, I have an Auto Owners independent agent. They handle all my insurance in one place: car, home, life, and business. Get your own pit crew and find a local agency with Auto Owners Insurance.
This is Jeff Gibson with Town Insurance in Greenville. Call me today at 756-8300. Go Pirates!
It's time to shack things up at Burrito Shack. Whether you're craving bold burritos, tasty tacos, or crispy nachos, they got the flavor you're looking for. Made from scratch, chef-inspired, fresh Mex cuisine, served up with a side of laid-back beach vibes. Fast, fresh, and totally delicious, Burrito Shack is where flavor meets the coast. Located in the Lowe's Food Shopping Center in Winterville. Quick, crafted, coastal. Burrito Shack.
Are you a new real estate agent wondering how to get your first deal fast? ENC Pirate Realty Allen Tate is hiring, and we've got you covered. At ENC Pirate Realty Allen Tate, we help new agents hit the ground running with proven training programs, high-quality leads from multiple sources, no cold calls, just real opportunities, one-on-one coaching from our experienced team, and cutting-edge marketing and tech tools. Don't start your career alone. Join the ENC Pirate Realty Allen Tate team, a team that invests in you. Visit ENCPirateRealty.com and never worry about where your next deal is coming from. Go Pirates!
Have you ever seen those exotic aquariums like the guys do in Las Vegas on television? You ever thought about having one of these aquariums in your business? It's more affordable than you think. This is Hal Pruitt with rentafishtank.com. We can make having an aquarium in your business turnkey with no work, cleaning, or hassles for you. Rentafishtank.com creates a relaxing atmosphere and keeps children occupied. Rentafishtank.com already services many dental, pediatric, and doctor offices, plus hospitals and senior living centers. Check us out at rentafishtank.com.
Saturdays are your day to kick back, relax, and have fun. That's why Ottavola Market Cafe is the perfect place to go for dinner, drinks, and takeout. Ottavola is open every Saturday at 4 p.m. on the bar side, serving a special selection of menu favorites of appetizers, pastas, and specialty pizzas. Whether it's dine-in, takeout, or drinks with friends, Ottavola is the best choice every Saturday starting at 4 o'clock. Visit OttavolaMarket.com to see what's new, and visit Ottavola on Red Banks Road every Saturday starting at 4. Ottavola, Pirates supporting pirates.
Pirate Radio.
And you, lad?
I'm Peter.
That's not a pirate name. What about Dastardly Jim, eh?
No.
Very well. In punishment for lack of an interesting pirate name, Peter shall walk the plank.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Tiebreakers is open every day at 11 a.m. It is the best place to watch your favorite sports while enjoying the best wings in town, along with sandwiches, appetizers, cold beer, and more. Follow Tiebreakers on Facebook and Instagram for daily updates. Tiebreakers with 2 locations in Greenville at Bells Fork and on Greenville Boulevard, and in downtown Winterville on Railroad Street. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here's Clip.
Back with you, Pirate Radio Live. It's NBA draft night. Oh, we need to check on Studio B real quick. Shirley, who is that handsome young man to your right?
Oh.
Is that right side?
Strong side.
What's up, Chanman?
What's up? I just chugged this chili water.
Chili water.
That y'all opened when I was supposed to open it with you.
I know. We were mean. That was mean.
That was awful.
Yeah. That was hateful.
That was ugly.
It was unnecessary.
It was unnecessary. But I just chugged it, man.
He did. The whole time I was reading that Tiebreakers ad,
I'm telling
in the corner of my eye, he's chugging that
You
thing.
want to talk about hitting the spot on a hot day?
Oh, my gosh.
Now,
it is so hot. It is so hot. My AC went out in my Jeep. And
something I needed, and that was chili water. My goodness, that was refreshing. Just what the doctor ordered.
Good to see you.
Good to see you, too.
And we'll talk to you more in hour number 3. But right now, we need to go out to the Pirate Radio Live line and talk to Jeff Nadu. Hadn't heard from him in a while. We got future football chats coming up with Nadu. Today, we'll talk NBA draft. Jeff, how you doing, man?
Great. How are you, Cliff?
Hey, I'm doing good. It's great to hear from you. In fact, you were almost summoned. I saw live, and here you are. So we got Nadu today to talk draft, and get excited, folks, because when we return from our July 4th break, we'll have Nadu on, hopefully weekly, to start previewing conferences and college football. So, Jeff, before we get to the draft, how far along are you on college football prep? You still got? Have you dove into it yet?
Oh yeah, I've been done. I'm ready. I'd be ready. I'd be ready to start tomorrow. But yeah, we have 8 more Saturdays until the season starts. So very exciting.
Man.
And, looking forward to it.
Well, good. And look, you're a great resource for me and the listeners because you do put in the work, and got a lot of quarterback questions for you this year. So we'll put a pin in that for now because the NBA draft is coming up tonight, and Nadu's got some props that he likes. Let me start kind of personally, Jeff, and I root for maybe the most irrelevant franchise in the NBA, the Charlotte Hornets. They are awful. They're never good. There is never light at the end of the tunnel. I even had an opportunity to potentially do something and get the first pick and get Cooper Flagg, but no, that goes by the wayside. They get the 4th pick. So, Jeff, what can Charlotte do tonight to hopefully help this franchise? Who are you looking at it for? What do you think they should do, and what do you expect them to do?
Well, I think the good thing for them is, I mean, I'm really high on the top 10 in this class. I think they're all, in their own separate ways, really good players. I think in their own separate ways, they all have different things that I like. And I think regardless of where you go, I would imagine they're going to go, guard, that said, or wing. I mean, taking a big isn't exactly the worst idea either. Look, you obviously have Brandon Miller, but if you want to take a really good big, I mean, you look at this team. I mean, weren't real good defensively. You could go that way. My thought is they'll go Con Knipple at 4, and he's the best shooter in this draft. You kind of put him in there with Brandon Miller and LaMelo Ball. All of a sudden, you have a pretty sneaky team there. 1 through 3. I'm really high on Kamen Malawak. Obviously, this is a little early to take him, but if you want a guy defensively that is surely the best player in this draft, maybe outside of Cooper Flagg, you go with him.
Where do you think he goes, Jeff? Because I was talking to a fellow Hornets fan, Jared, and he said a lot of teams are potentially looking to move up. And where would the Hornets drop back to if they trade back to draft him?
I think you could conceivably drop to, I don't know, 6th, 7th.
Okay.
I'm going 8th to the Brooklyn Nets.
Gotcha.
I could see a situation maybe where New Orleans grabs him. He's also a guy that I'm very high on offensively. A lot of people are going to look at it and say, well, he only averaged 8.5 points a game. But you look at his 2-point percentage, I mean, he's very high. He's just a catch, off the pick and roll, lob kind of guy, running the break. He is going to be very good around the rim. He's young, too. He hasn't playing very long. I look at him. I think down the road he could be a Joel Embiid type of player. I think he's very simple.
Jeff Nadu joining us. Nadu, I remember during college basketball season asking you how in the heck Rutgers has these guys that are projected top 5, top 10, and can't win a freaking basketball game in the Big Ten. And that brings me to Ace Bailey, and man, he has been. I don't even follow the draft that closely, but I see his name in headlines all the time about not going to workouts or meetings or I guess team meetings, whatever. What's his deal? Where do you think he ends up going tonight? And what do you think about him as a player moving forward?
I think you can make the case that he's, the second or third best player in this class. That said, I mean, a lot of the outside noise is going to hurt his chances. But I think what he realizes, Cliff, is he might be the smartest person in this draft, weirdly, just because he has leverage. He knows that he is not going to fall past 6 or 7. And the difference between being drafted 3rd or 6th really doesn't matter that much. He is basically creating an avenue for himself to pick where exactly he goes. He believes in his ability that he will be a star wherever he goes, and that he is his future. And he's worried about himself. He wants to go somewhere where he is going to be the best player on the team. He wants to go to a place where he's going to be able to take a bunch of shots and hopefully get a max deal. I think deep down, you have to kind of look, is it good optics-wise? No, it's some of the worst optics you'll see, but I think you have to kind of, in a way, a little bit admire it, because he buys that nothing's going to happen. It's not like I'm going to fall to 20th. He's a really talented kid. I think he played probably at 50-60% at Rutgers. This is why I hate this rule where you have to play at least 1 year. Let kids go to the league if they want, because it cheapens the college product by making kids play when they shouldn't have to play. I'll just say one other thing. The only player in this draft that was rated higher out of high school than Ace Bailey, and they were on the same level, Cooper Flagg.
Yeah.
You can make a strong case. I believe Trey Johnson's the second best prospect in this draft. I put Ace Bailey 3 and Dylan Harper 4 personally.
Wow, Jeff Nadu joining us. Nadu, this is exciting. I get to ask you about an East Carolina Pirate. Now, I don't think R.J. Felton's going to get drafted, but he has completed pre-draft workouts with the Hornets, Utah Jazz, Mavs, Raptors, Spurs, Suns, according to Zach Padmore on social media. But he had a great Portsmouth Invitational, opened some eyes there. Do you think RJ, can he be a D-League guy, Jeff? Is he an overseas guy? Do you think he gets a cup of coffee in the NBA? Like, what, from what you know and all the guys in this draft and all the guys available, where does RJ Felton sit?
Well, I think one thing that I've seen in looking into him is that he's what I've heard characterized as a junkyard dog on defense.
Yeah.
I think will go a long way in the NBA. Throw in the fact that he can shoot the rock a little bit. Look, when you lead your team in blocks as a guard, I mean, that's impressive, right? I mean, I look at that and say, wow, he's a guy that, again, 3 and D, if you can make some shots. Look, was he the best shooter in the world? No, but I think he can play in the league. I think he's a guy who is probably, surely a backup. But these are the kind of guys that you need on a team. You need that 7th, 8th guy, 9th guy off the bench. Is he going to be a long-term kid in the NBA? I don't know. Probably not, but he has certain tools that you like. He is a bit small, but the good thing for the small guys is Jalen Brunson's kind of, and look, Allen Iverson, for that matter, many years ago, it doesn't matter how big you are. If you have talent, you'll find a way. That's why I look at a guy like Walter Clayton, and I'm happy that he's getting pub, because Walter Clayton was one of the best players in the country last year, had a great season, won the national title.
Yeah.
And I think people like Jalen Brunson have really opened the doors for kids that are, 6'2", 6'3". I think R.J. Felton, I could see a way where he's on a D-League, maybe finds his way into the league.
Man, that'd be awesome. I'm glad he's in the discussion. He's a good dude, but yeah, as you said, he is a freaking warrior, man. He'd go 40 minutes. I always said I'd like to see him play safety for a game for East Carolina. He looks like a football player on the basketball court. So, all right, Nadu, let's get a prop or two from you. You said you're looking at Bet US. What are some of your favorites? And let me ask you this first, and we're going to air this in the 4:00 hour, so a couple hours after we talk. Is it too late to get some of these in? Do you have to have them in by now, or can people still maybe get some props in tonight?
I mean, there's some meat on the bone, I think, still at some of the positions. But, yeah, some of them have moved considerably. I'm looking at, like, for instance, some of these, like, player to be drafted, at whatever pick. So, for instance, I took Ace Bailey to be drafted by the Washington Wizards at 6. I got it at plus 200. It's now minus 125.
Wow.
Right? So it's moved considerably. Kama Malawak, I got plus 550 at the 8th pick. It's down to 525. So hasn't moved much. I'll give you some, that can still be bet at this point. One I like is Liam McNeely under 21.5. I got this at minus, I believe, 110. It's at minus 145. Liam McNeely's a guy that I really like. Obviously, UConn transferred in, good size, good shooter. I could see him on maybe a Utah, something like that, at 21, even like 17 to 20. I think he's kind of in that range. I like Liam McNeely a lot. I've kind of had him all over. Good rebounder, solid wing player. I think he'll have a pretty long career in the NBA. He's one that I bet pretty early. I thought 21.5 was just too high. Also, Derek Queen. We've seen this kind of. I kind of feel like it's just kind of a logjam in and around that 8 to 12 range. I just don't see where he gets drafted under 12 picks. I think Igor Demon's moving up. Noah Singway's been all over. He's probably a top 10 guy at this point. I think Carter Bryant's a better prospect. Yakachonis is a better prospect. I have Derek Queen in like the 12 to 15 range. I think 11.5 is too, it should be 12.5 to me, or 13.5. I'll go over 11.5 with Derek Queen. Maybe a team reaches for him at like 8 or 9, but I think there's too many better players around that position around that time. I'll go over 11.5 on Derek Queen.
All right, Jeff Nadu joining us, getting ready for the NBA draft coming up tonight. And Jeff, a couple of teams have made some moves here, during the NBA Finals, and of course the big one, Kevin Durant to the Rockets, and before that, Desmond Bane to the Magic. And kind of interesting is those two teams, because they are very similar. You look 3 years ago or whatever, they are both bottom dwellers and have had good drafts, have added some good young talent, and are now exciting teams and adding a couple of vets there. But do those moves move the needle for you at all as far as NBA Finals futures or things like that? What do you think about the Rockets and the Magic, what they did?
I don't know if it really moves the needle a ton for me. I mean, you even look at Kristaps Porzingis. I think it was time for him to leave Boston. That kind of, I think, worked for Atlanta to get him out of there and somewhere else. Cliff, I've been flirting for a while. I'm probably going to bet it before this draft starts. San Antonio Spurs, 30-1. This team is going to be. We see how quick you can go from being bad to really good in the NBA with the Oklahoma City Thunder. This Spurs team, I'm telling you, after tonight, it wouldn't surprise me if they find a way to get back into the top 10 after taking Derek or Harper at 2. I think they find a way to get back into the top 10. If they could somehow land like a Malawak, my God, could you imagine Malawak and Wembanyama next to each other? You put Wembanyama at the 4, Malawak at the 5. Harper, Castle, Fox. That is.
I was going to say, do they still have De'Aaron Fox, right? He's still going to be there.
Still have De'Aaron Fox,
man.
Castle, still have Devin Castle. Plenty of options. They're going to add, Harper. You get back into the top 10. Wow.
Nadu, good to hear from you, man. Looking forward to talking football with you in a couple of weeks. But man, fun to do this today. Everybody, check him out at Jeff Nadu. Look, I hadn't talked to you in a while, but I feel like I have, because your name's always out there for something, Jeff. All press is good press, I guess.
Yeah, there's always something going. That's not always a good thing either. But yeah. I look forward to into July getting into the college football.
Yes, sir.
You think about how quickly days go. It'll be here before we know. We're about 2 months away. So.
Yeah, it's awesome, dude. Can't wait. Appreciate you, man, and we'll do it again in a couple weeks.
All right, Clip. See you, man.
Hey, dude, talking NBA draft, and coming up in a couple of weeks, we'll start our conference previews in college football. Excited about that. We'll take a break, come back, and wrap up hour number 2 of Pirate Radio Live. We got more to go after this.
Join us for a night of hope, heart, and giving at Riley's Army Hearts of Gold Gala Friday, September 19th from 6 to 10 p.m. at the Cotton Barn in Winterville, North Carolina. An elegant evening with dinner catered by Nino's and Marabello's, guest speakers, live music, dancing, and a silent auction, all to support local children battling cancer. Your Heart of Gold can help families in their fight. Get your tickets today at RileysArmy.com, because together we are stronger than cancer. We can't do it alone. We need an army. Riley's Army.
Pirate Nation, your dream home starts with an unshakable foundation. At Unshakable Builders, they don't just build houses, they build trust. From blueprints to keys, their expert team is with you every step of the way. Serving Greenville and all of Eastern North Carolina since 2009, Unshakable Builders turn visions into reality with craftsmanship you can count on. You dream it, they build it. Visit unshakablebuilders.com to start your journey home the right way. Unshakable Builders, build on a solid foundation.
The price is always right at Doug Henry of Greenville. And on the last Sunday of every month, Doug Henry is open. Your weekend just got a little easier when you're looking for a car because you can shop at Doug Henry of Greenville on Sundays. Visit Doug Henry for the biggest selection of used cars. Doug Henry is easy to find on the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Memorial Drive and always online at DougHenryGreenville.com. Mention Pirate Radio for $500 off any vehicle. Right on the corner and always right on the price. Doug Henry of Greenville. Go Pirates!
Overtime's Tavern is officially open in downtown Greenville. Whether you're craving a cold drink, hot meal, or just a place to unwind with friends in a laid-back atmosphere, we've got you covered. Join us daily from 11 a.m. to midnight every day or stick around for our late-night hours on the weekends. Follow Overtime Tavern on Facebook or Instagram for daily specials and events, including live music. OT's is right across from the Sheets on Charles Boulevard in downtown Greenville. Overtime's Tavern, where every hour feels like overtime.
Is your office printer on the fritz? Don't wait days for a repair. This is Walker Allen Volova with CopyPro, where we promise fast 3-hour service on all of your copy equipment. No need to press 1 for English for an overseas service line. All of our calls are answered right here in Greenville. Plus, we offer a free office printing analysis to help you cut cost and boost efficiency. We'll show you exactly how to save money on ink, toner, and energy. For reliable, fast service, call CopyPro today at 1-800-682-6558 and see how we can help your office run more efficiently. CopyPro, fast service, smarter printing, bringing more value to your business.
This summer, the Greenville Yard Gnomes are back at historic Guy Smith Stadium.
Hey there, it's me, Nomeo, the Yard Gnomes mascot. You've heard of gnomes bringing good luck, right? Well, I'm here to bring you great baseball and tons of fun, too. We're excited to have a great team, including a few ECU baseball players this year.
Season tickets are on sale now, so visit yardgnomesbaseball.com to get yours today.
We'll have great food, cold drinks, and fun games for everyone. Come out and hang with your gnomies this summer and have some fun at the ballpark with us, the Greenville Yard Gnomes.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Parker Bird, and the best place to go for custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items is University Sportswear. University Sportswear was super easy to work with when I needed my custom shirts. From start to finish, University Sportswear provided superior customer service and a quality product that cannot be beat. If your business, organization, or event needs t-shirts or promotional help, then you need University Sportswear. Visit University Sportswear, ENC.com for contact information. Go Pirates!
Are you tired of dealing with IT headaches? Does this sound familiar? Phones, Wi-Fi, or email always acting up? Are you afraid of phishing scams, data breaches, or ransomware attacks? Every minute your systems are down, you're losing money. If you're nodding your head, it's time to call cybersharks.net. We handle IT so you can focus on growing your business. Fast, reliable, and always there when you need us. Call 321-7800 today and get IT support that actually works. Cybersharks.net. We keep your business swimming.
This is Wyatt Lunsford Shankman. You're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Be sure to check out David Price Construction for all of your commercial or custom residential renovation and building needs. Run by ECU alumni, David Price Construction specializes in commercial projects, maintenance on facilities, and large-scale residential renovations and additions. David Price Construction, the proud ECU home services partner. Call them today at 919-291-5532 or visit them online at davidpriceconstruction.com. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here's Clip.
Short seg alert.
I got breaking news.
What do we got, Chan Man, at the breaking news desk?
My Jeep is 20 minutes from being ready.
Oh, okay. So it's good news.
And
how about my car?
I am excited. I hope to God your car's good. I went and picked you up at like 11:30 this morning.
Okay,
but,
wait. Are y'all's vehicles at the same place?
Yes. All right, let's. Yeah.
Okay, so
hold on.
that's why.
Hey, we're going on a field trip.
Hold on. We got this story is going to take way too long for the time we have allotted.
Okay, so
coming up next segment.
Yes.
Why are our vehicles at the same place at the same time? We will tell you when we return. Also got an interview that J-Bone did regarding R.J. Felton in the NBA draft. And asked Nadu about it, Sean. And I never thought R.J. Felton would be drafted. And I don't believe he will. But he has worked out for like 5 teams.
Oh, wow.
He certainly got his name out there. Like it's more of a realistic chance now than it's ever been that he could one day play in the NBA. Could be a D-League guy. Could be a summer league guy.
Yeah.
Like, how cool would that be? So hoping for the best for RJ. I mean, he'll definitely be playing somewhere, but man, if it's here in the States in the G League perhaps or something, that'd be awesome. But yeah, we'll talk, hear more about that. And have hour 3 on tap. Back with you, Pirate Radio Live, after this.
At Langley Contracting, we're superior roofing specialists. Whether it's a new roof or repairing your old one, we've got you covered. And best of all, we handle your insurance claims. We are locally owned right here in Eastern Carolina. We are licensed and insured and have a 25-year roof warranty. We can handle your gutter installation too, so everything is seamless. Call or visit us online at 214roof.com for your free estimate today.
Langley Contracting, your superior roofing specialist.
Jeff Stein here at Brown & Wood Buick GMC, home of the lifetime powertrain warranty. Right now we have GMC 1500 Elevation 0.9% or $78.50 off. That truck also has $359 lease special. For Buick, we got the all-new Enclave. It's beautiful, it's big, it can handle all of your luggage, kids, towing, anything. Brown & Wood Buick GMC, 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 rooftops, and 1 goal to make sure you leave a happy customer.
Wow, you've been looking way more rested lately. What changed?
I finally got a new mattress from Mattress by Appointment in Washington.
Oh yeah? I thought that stuff was crazy expensive.
That's the thing. I got mine for like 60% off what you'd pay in a store. They do up to 80% off retail prices on big name brands like Diamond Mattress, Brooklyn Bedding, and Tempur Sealy.
Seriously? How?
It's all appointment based, so no pushy salespeople, just one-on-one help. I even took it home the same day, and I only put $1 down.
Okay, I need that info. Where do I go?
Easy. Just hit up mattressbyappointment.com and book a time. Trust me, you'll sleep like a legend.
Looking for bold flavors and badass deals? Get to Bad Daddy's Burger Bar in Greenville. Right now, the Badass Margarita is just $8. Yeah, you heard that right. Feast on the mouthwatering burrito burger, dig into their elote street corn dip, and treat yourself to the churro crunch shake. Wash it all down with BD's Amber Ale, just $4 all day, every day. Or sip one of their signature cocktails, like Southern Peach Tea or Daddy's Dragonberry. And don't miss half-off appetizers the last 2 hours before they close. It's not badass if it's not Bad Daddy's.
There's a common misbelief today that to make it further, you need to push yourself, that you need to give up any joy to continue your rigid routine. Or you could try another way. Take some time to enjoy life, like having a Michelob Ultra with friends, because happiness is essential to living an exceptional life. Michelob Ultra, a refreshing and balanced flavor with only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. Michelob Ultra, proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989.
This is proud ECU alumni David Price of David Price Construction. As a leading general contracting firm, we specialize in commercial construction and renovation. Whether it's updating your office space, renovating your restaurant, or building a new retail store, our team at David Price Construction is ready to assist. We are committed to delivering quality, value, and customer satisfaction across all of our projects. So give us a call at 919-820-3612 or find us online at davidpriceconstruction.com. PiratesPurchase.com. Go Pirates.
It may be hot outside, but in Russell's, the clothing is light, bright, and beautiful. Hi, I'm Rhonda with Russell's, and we have a great inventory of cool, lightweight, colorful apparel for all your summer needs. Lots of dresses, skirts, tops and tees for the ladies, and for the men, it's shorts, polos, swimwear, and t-shirts just for starters. Feel good and look even better when you shop for summer apparel at Russell's in downtown Washington, where it's all about you, our pirate friends and customers.
While you're sleeping, our whole hogs are slow cooking over wood to create that bite that Eastern North Carolina is known for. I'm Sam Jones, and for more than 3 generations, my folks have been the torchbearers for what whole hog barbecue is supposed to be. At Sam Jones, you'll find plenty of smoke, but no mirrors. Everything, and I mean everything, is made fresh daily, including our sides, sweets, and sauces. Come on over and see us at Sam Jones Barbecue, and I bet you'll be able to taste our passion in just one bite. Sam Jones Barbecue, Fire Tower Road.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 at 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington.
Hey, O's fan.
You love USL.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Vacation spots are right here in our very own backyard. Take a trip to a state park and enjoy traditional camping, RV space, and also air-conditioned cabins. They can be rented with Wi-Fi. And if you're by a lake, be sure to check out the opportunities to rent a canoe or kayak and get on the water. Your next adventure is right around the corner. For more information, please visit ncparks.gov. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here's Clip.
All right. What's the opposite of when it rains, it pours?
When it pours, it rains.
When it's sunny, it's hot.
When it suns, it shines. When it rains, I don't know.
Sun's out, guns out.
When it raise, it's hot.
Can I just say, y'all are on fire.
Fire! Fire!
I'm either white hot or...
I'm loving this. Speaking of hot, I'm loving this music.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey.
I do what I can with the YouTube restrictions.
But 2-0 on Nerfies today was my point.
Sweet.
Yeah, so it's nice to have 2 wins under the belt even before the show's over.
Nice.
Those were principal Nerfies, Paul Skeens and Mackenzie Gore.
Okay. Mac Attack.
Yep. And another principal Nerfie coming up tonight, Gavin Williams.
Big Gav.
Gavin Williams versus Max Scherzer.
Wow.
Pretty cool.
I heard y'all talking about Max Scherzer earlier. I did not know he was 40.
Did you know he was a Blue Jay?
I did not know that.
Did you know he was a man?
Did you know his eyes don't match?
I knew that.
Yeah.
He is a former national.
Had
a couple of no-hitters as a nat.
And now a trader. He's up in Canada. From a national to a Canadian.
I also didn't know that...
pitching alongside Jeff Hoffman.
I also didn't know that Ken Watlington was as old as he is.
I know. He wears it well.
I know.
But y'all knew I was turning 50, and y'all don't...
But you don't look a day over 35.
Well, I'm sure I said the same to you, Shirley. I think the problem is I'm old, and now
everybody else is your age,
and people don't look as old because I'm old, but maybe we do look old. You know what I'm saying?
Do I look 26, or do I look older?
You could go for 28,
yeah.
But you could also go for 24.
When I was like 19, a lady thought I was 28.
But did you have the beard?
I did.
Oh,
I did have.
I think the beard makes you look a little bit
older.
older.
How do you know she thought you were 28?
She told me. She was like, "Oh, I thought you were like 28 or something."
I will say
said,
this,
ma'am, I'm not that old. I can't believe you're doing that live on the air.
I know.
And on camera.
He's so hungry.
It's one of our like at Pirate Air we don't have a lot of rules, but one of them, like one of the few rules we have is don't eat in Studio A or B. And he's doing it on the
Well,
air.
I figured since you spilled salsa all over the table in the first minute you came in here that we're going to get busted anyway, so why not do it?
I cleaned it up. Like, how are we going to get busted? Well, we're busted now.
Because you are making a huge deal about it on the air.
Yeah, but like, I did spill salsa, but I went and got a napkin and cleaned it up. Like, nothing happened.
It happened, though.
Oh, it
happened.
You left a trail of red. It looked like a scene from Dexter in here.
Okay, so
right,
question. You know what? Speaking of that, speaking of Dexter, were you in here earlier when I was out to lunch?
Oh, you're out to lunch, all right.
Eating salsa in here?
You were eating salsa?
You were out to lunch eating salsa in here?
No. My question was, were you in here?
This is the first time it's left the kitchen.
Okay, so no one else was in here eating salsa?
No, ma'am.
No.
I was at that table for an hour at your chair doing the best stuff, but there was no salsa involved. Why do you ask?
Tying it back into Dexter, because when I came back from lunch and I was producing something and I turned my chair, there were two red, it looked almost like fingerprints or thumbprints on here. And I thought, okay, either someone has cut themselves and they didn't realize it and put their hands on the counter or our studio tables, or someone ate salsa and got it all over their hands and didn't realize they dripped it onto the thing. That's why I was asking.
We're going to have to get that swabbed and tested to find out what it was.
It's a little too late to swab and test it because I went and cleaned it up.
Oh, you never clean up the scene, Shirley.
Why did you do that? You shouldn't. You're not supposed to touch anything.
When Ellerby's your boss, you always clean up the scene. What are you talking about?
Hey, I'm glad.
Clean.
Look, it was getting sideways there a little bit with me and you, and I'm glad we cleaned that up because I don't want to get in a fight with you because we have to drive 20 minutes to Winterville after the show, and I don't want it to be awkward.
All right, before.
Yeah,
all right, let's get to that, I guess.
Yeah.
So why are Chandler and I's vehicles at the same place? So I'm going to Jersey. I'm a procrastinator. I had to get some stuff done on the car. I had to get a battery this weekend, and overdue for an oil change. So yesterday, I asked Shirley Rhodes. She was the first person I asked. I said, "Hey, Miss Shirley, what are you doing after the show tomorrow?" And she said, "Nothing." I said, "Any chance you could run me by Winterville?" And she said, "Yeah, I'm actually going to go pump some iron, so I'll be in that area."
Well, tonight's my gym night, so I said I'm going to be in that area anyway. Sure,
she said, I'm going to go see Jim.
Yeah.
I said, well, thank you much. Thank you kindly. So I got my ride to my vehicle. Now all I had to do was secure a ride from the place when I dropped my vehicle off in the morning.
Shout out Showtime. So
I went across the street, across the hall to the sales room. And man, have y'all ever seen like Wall Street? It's like papers flying everywhere.
People on the phone.
Everybody's on the phone. Chandler has two phones and earbuds or whatever, AirPods, whatever you call them. He's talking to people. It's crazy in there.
Getting deals done, baby.
So I asked Chandler and Mark together. I think I asked you first, I brought Mark into it. Hey, can one of you fine fellows pick me up, and I'm going to drop my car off, just leave it there, and I'll get it after work, but could y'all pick me up? And Chan Man said, Clip, if no one else got you, I got you. And I said, you're my boy. You're my bro. So Chandler said, yeah, I got it. Now, how much longer after that did your big brain start turning?
Yeah. Probably about 2 seconds.
You were like, you know what? I got
some issues of my own.
I got stuff I need to take care of too. I think I'm gonna take my car too. I said, all right, that's fine, Chandler. You need to get it done, but you're my ride. Like you can't. If you drive your car there and leave it, we have no car to get back here. It's almost like.
And I kind of knew that when I thought that.
But I don't think you fully realize that, though. You're like, that's a good idea. Why don't I go? I need to get that done, too.
I just assumed that, like, I'll get a ride. I'll get us a ride.
So
nobody else has anything going on in their life.
I was like, Chandler, we need a car to get us from there back to here.
And I said,
and you're that guy.
And I said, you're right.
So then I was like, all right, you can do that, but now you have to secure both of us a ride. Now it became a 2-man deal, which would be a 3-party for the driver. So, and did you look into that, by the way? Did you try to get us both a ride?
I did, and then I was just like, you know what? I'll wait. I'll just go pick up Clip.
So you pick me up. I appreciate that. You bring me here. And then how much longer... How much longer after that did you take your vehicle back to that place?
I didn't. I waited till this afternoon.
Okay.
Because I had a meeting at 1.
All right.
And then I took it back this afternoon.
You went back to the same place you picked me up from?
Yes.
My car is still there?
Yes.
Now your car is there?
Yes.
Who gave you a ride back?
Jenny. But I sat there thinking...
Now, one man's oil change has gotten the majority of Pirate Radio employees involved. How many Pirate Radio employees does it take
had to close down the shop
to get an oil change?
Well, here's the problem that I had.
The door. A client of mine just called. The door's locked. What's wrong?
We got 7 cars. What's the Reservoir Dogs? Looks like Jim's hot car lot out here. What's the? Go ahead, Shirley.
Oh, well, I was going to say, you asked me if I could give you a ride, and I said absolutely. And he said, I told you that I would do that.
That was
and
an easy transaction.
Easy transaction, yes or no? And then all of a sudden, when I got here, at some point, you asked me, Chandler, if you could catch a ride with me after work.
That was when I got here, like at 4:30.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you got Jenny to take you back?
She came and got me. I was sitting there waiting.
Yeah, but who's getting you where? Me, right?
You are.
Okay,
You're taking
so
both,
here's the problem,
that's
though.
the end of the story.
That's the end of the
Shirley.
story. However, the problem is when Chandler asked me, I said, yes, sure, no problem. But for some reason, my brain didn't put 2 and 2 together that I'm taking you to the same place.
Yeah. Hey, we're making it easy for you, Shirley.
Right,
don't worry.
right.
Hey, don't worry about it. You just take us to the same place.
So then when y'all started talking about it, I was like, wait a minute. Am I taking y'all to the same? I thought I was taking you to 2 different places.
No.
It's the same. It's
actually,
the same shop.
The cars are 2 different places. Chandler is then going to take me from there to get my car.
Okay, whatever, man.
Hey, take me to get my car. I'll take my car back here, and then I'll take Clip back.
Here's the
wow.
The people at Showtime talking about Pirate Radio's vehicles. Like,
now let's go get it. First, we got to get rid of those cars outside. Looks like Sam's hot car lot out there.
Looks like Sam's hot car lot out there. we got Glenn's Jeep out there.
Jonathan's Jeep's out there.
I just thought that was funny.
Yeah, I mean, but you're getting just an oil change.
Yes.
See, I have 3 issues.
Oh, Chandler. Which, I mean, beggars can't be choosers. I didn't care. As long as your car was running and got me here, I appreciate it. But you were like, Clip, bad news. I got no AC.
Yeah. When you got there, I was talking to the lady up front, telling her, hey, I need to come back here later because I got issues. So
well, you can just drop it off now. No, I'm this guy's ride who just dropped his car off.
Yeah, I'm actually taking the car that could explode at any minute.
That's
I'm taking
our ride.
Yeah, that's our ride, and I'm taking him back, and I'll be back later. Hopefully, the car does not explode. But I needed an oil change. I'm way overdue. Tail light was out. That happened. That came out on Saturday, and then last night, and then this morning, the AC went out. And
that's a hot ride.
So I was like, you know what? I need to go get it done. And I sat there and waited, and the lady was like, it's probably going to be closer to closing time. And I said, when is that? She said 5 o'clock, and I went, oof. And I had to be back here to cover for J-Bone while he, records a podcast. So I was like, all right, I need to ride.
Wait. Did you call her or you went there?
I went there.
How many times have you been there today?
Twice.
Oh, okay.
Twice.
All right.
Yeah, I went there twice.
Okay. I was just making sure. If you went 3 times,
No,
I was going to...
No, I went twice. I went to pick you
physically assault you.
No. I went there twice. I went there to pick you up, and then I went there to drop my car off.
But you will be going 3 times.
For the third time, baby.
A triple header at Showtime today for Chandler.
It's showtime.
You had 3 problems with the car, and you made 3 trips there.
Yeah.
One
trip for each issue.
Fun times. Hey, look, moral of the story, We look after each other here at Pirate Radio.
That's right. And we need to plan better.
We've got 4 employees involved in this one simple task. That's crazy. We should get Jarrett to drop me off and Shirley to drop you so we can get a 5th employee involved. We got to get more people involved. How many people?
Yeah, Jonathan, can you come get me, please?
I've had to call Mark to come get me once.
I took Mark to Brown and Wood yesterday.
Yeah.
I took him to Brown and Wood.
So in a 2-day span, we've been to 2 different places involving 4, 5, my car, your car, Shirley's car, Jenny's car,
everybody
Mark's
but
car.
Jarrett.
So now we're on 5 cars, 2 days, 2 places. How many trips did y'all go? Because it'll be 2 trips for me there. A combined 5 trips. We'll count Shirley's and Jenny's. 7 trips. We are ridiculous.
Hey, and you know what's awesome about this? Our cars are going to be good to go.
We're going to have clean rides, as Wes would say.
Yeah. Speaking of clean rides, I still have some stuff. No, I'm just going to warn you, I still have stuff in the back seat from camp, so you may have to slide that stuff over to get in the car.
That's fine. I don't care.
Sliding in.
All right. Chat gang cleanup. Let's take a break. Chad says, where can one find chili water?
Go to chiliwater.com.
Yeah.
It'll tell you everything you need to know as far as locations where you can get chili water.
Mike P said, you know what happened when they opened the water without Sean? The terrorist won.
Oh, no.
I do believe that Taylor, our sales assistant, said today that they do sell them by the can at duck throughs. So if you go to a duck through here in town, I think you can get them. So yeah, check out a duck through, or you can go to chiliwater.com.
Jamie said, are you guys going to do the Field Steel college football team previews? That was a tall task to get through. Hell yeah, we're bringing it back. Run it back. We didn't get through them all, I don't think, last year, but we'll do it again. Mike P, nice to see Burrito Shack as a sponsor. Me and the kids love that place.
Oh, sweet.
Very cool. Right there in Winterville.
Absolutely.
Winterville.
I gotta try that little. I gotta try Burrito Shack.
I've heard it's fantastic.
Well, I mean, I'm just usually not on that side of town, so it's kind of hard for
will
me
be
to get
today.
over there. I will be today, though. I might pick up something on the way home after the gym.
Kenny said, when I look in the mirror, I see me at 18. But when I see a picture, someone I see turning 60 in September. Kenny's turning 60?
No way.
Why does everybody look so young?
Well, we're taking better care of ourselves.
Oh, clearly. I mean,
Clearly.
look at me. All right, we'll take a break, come back. More to go. I got to go find my car. Back with you after this.
Hey, O's fans, the 2025 Birdland Hawaiian shirt is here. This year, fans have 2 chances to receive one of the most popular giveaways in Birdland. Be one of the first 15,000 fans on Tuesday, July 8th, or one of the first 20,000 fans on Saturday, July 12th, for your chance to get this season's Hawaiian shirt. Join in on the fun when Tropical Vibes meets Orioles baseball. Get your tickets and be sure to arrive early. Buy tickets today at Orioles.com/tickets.
You love U.S. Cellular home internet. It lets you do all your favorite things because it's fast, reliable, and affordable.
Switch to U.S. Cellular today and do the things you love with internet you love. Just pay $39.99 a month when you bundle with a wireless plan. And if you don't love it, you have 15 days to let us know. Built for us. Terms apply. See uscellular.com for details.
This is Brandon Tate, owner and operator of Atlantic Wireless, an authorized agent for U.S. Cellular since 1997. Visit AtlanticWireless.com to find the store near you. We go beyond the call.
Country Mart has been locally owned and operated for over 40 years and is your premier country store serving the best cheese biscuits and country food around. Country Mart is open every day and has 2 locations in Bethel on Highway 11 and in Stokes on Highway 903. Both Country Mart locations are top-of-the-line fuel stations serving Shell gas, including 93 ethanol-free high-octane gas, which is the best for all you boat owners. Country Mart, fueling you up with great food in your engines with great gasoline. Go Pirates!
Spring is a great time to plant flowers, trees, and bushes. When planning your landscape, please keep in mind that you should never plant anything within 3 feet of a gas, electric, or water meter. The same thing applies if you have an electric transformer in your yard, except keep plants 8 feet clear of the front in case crews need access during a storm or an outage. Always remember to call 811 at least 3 business days before you dig to avoid underground lines. This important safety message is from your neighbors at Greenville Utilities.
North Carolina State Parks invites you to enjoy camping your way. With the weather changing, booking your own cabin is the perfect solution for your camping getaway. Reserve campsites or cabins today at Jones Lake, Goose Creek, and Cliffs of the Neuse. Whether you enjoy traditional camping or air-conditioned cabins that can be rented with Wi-Fi, your next adventure can include hiking, beautiful scenery, and sunsets by the campfire. For information on booking a cabin, visit ncparks.gov.
Want to make your day better? Order a large original crust, one-topping pizza from Papa John's for only $9.99. Take advantage of this awesome carry-out special now by logging on to papajohns.com and make today a pizza day for only $9.99. Papa John's is the MVP move for game day or any day. Place your order online at papajohns.com and sign up for Papa Rewards and start earning points from your favorite menu items. Go Pirates! UBE and PireWare.com are proud to offer the Pirate Nation its largest inventory of ECU merchandise and tailgate supplies ever. UBE has the best prices in town, so that makes UBE your one-stop shop for all things ECU. UBE does daily restocks of Champion, Adidas, and Under Armour. Don't forget to bring your young Pirates to plunder the Crow's Nest, which is the only kids store dedicated to ECU. Plenty of free parking in downtown Greenville. Visit them online at PirateWare.com. Go Pirates!
If you're hungry for a great steak with honest-to-goodness flavor, head over to Larry's Steakhouse, open Monday through Saturday at 11 a.m., serving up hand-cut, aged ribeyes, tender grilled salmon, bold grilled shrimp, and juicy grilled pork chops, all right off the flame. Pile your plate high with a 25-item salad bar. Try one of our hearty daily lunch specials. Larry's Steakhouse, good food, good folks, and a good time. Located at 2800 East 10th Street across from the old Highway Patrol Station. Call 751-6510 for takeout and reservation. Larry's Steakhouse.
It seems like you're starting to get addicted to it now.
Pirate Radio.
I want more.
The voice of the Pirate Nation.
You saw these numbers, right? These numbers are outrageous.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Country Mart has been locally owned and operated for over 40 years and is your premier country store serving the best cheese, biscuits, and country food around. They're open every day, and they have 2 locations in Bethel on Highway 11 and in Stokes on Highway 903. Both locations are top-of-the-line fuel stations serving Shell gas, including 93 ethanol-free high-octane gas. Country Mart, fueling you up with great food and your engines with great gasoline. And if you're cruising around town and headed out for a weekend adventure, make sure you're riding in something you can count on from Capital Subaru of Greenville. These folks aren't just selling cars, they're supporting our community every mile of the way. From brand new Subarus with legendary all-wheel drive to quality pre-owned vehicles, Capital Subaru has your back. Friendly service, no gimmicks, just great deals and even better people. Stop by Capital Subaru of Greenville today or visit capitalofgreenville.com. Capital Subaru, love what you drive. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
All right, back with you, Pirate Radio Live. Our Jared Watkins had a NBA draft talk with Ersin Demir. Talked to RJ Felton as well, and let's hear that conversation.
All right, joining us today on Pirate Radio Live, NBA draft analyst Ersin Demir. Ersin, how you doing today, man?
Hey, thanks for having me on, man. And salute the Pirate Nation, and let's talk about Felton and the draft, man. Let's do it.
Yes, sir. Before we get into RJ Felton, the big news this week, the Kevin Durant trade. Just real quick, I wanted to get your thoughts on the trade, and what do you think the Suns do now that they have that number 10 pick?
Yeah, they have too many shooting guards, and they need a 5, but do you go for a 5 that high? Is there really a needle move for them? I think they need a needle mover, if that makes sense, to build and go for long-term potential, swing for the fences. Because, yeah, they traded KD. Actually, you're punting your title chances, in my opinion, because, yeah, they had 3 very good shooting guards, but, yeah, the rest of the team is really It's not a collective. And if I were them, I would go swing for the fences, man. A guy like Noah Senge from France would make a lot of sense. Not for the short term, but the guy that they can give a Booker-esque trajectory. Not in terms of expectation, but Booker is there since his rookie year. So, and they need a guy like that to invest in, to secure a little bit of the future, because they overplayed their end and they have very little picks left. So you gotta have some home runs, man. With strike two. It's strike two for them. They have another chance then to really hit on that number 10 pick, because they did Houston a big favor by taking on that Jalen Green contact, man. So for a guy that would have been off their books next year.
Yeah, I mean, I think I've read they're looking to probably move off of Jalen Green, but the Suns are just one of the most interesting teams to me because I don't get it. I don't get how you're 2 wins away from winning a championship, and then you add all these superstars, and still nothing works. So, definitely need to swing for the fences, build around Devin Booker. But we'll go ahead and get into R.J. Felton. Had a pretty good write-up on him the other day. Former Pirate, now draft prospect R.J. Felton. Just what has stood out to you just looking at his tape and what he's done in his 4 years at East Carolina?
Well, first thing and foremost, I don't care about stats. I think that's the best thing for me. I try to watch guys and try to draft roles, if that makes sense. Because he can score 30 points a game at East Carolina. It doesn't make sense to expect that same in the NBA. He's not going to get the ball touches that he had at East Carolina in the NBA. So you look for feasible parts of his game, translating to the next level. And if I look at R.J. Felton's game, and he was a late addition to Portsmouth, and he looked more ready than the rest of these guys. I think that's the advantage of being in a 4-year system, because in the 4 years you're bent and shaped in a certain role, and he expanded his role. He took on, especially it was his team, and he showed out as the number one guy. But in NBA to stick, you have to get off that number one guy type of player, And he started from as a small road to being the team star. So that's the best trajectory for him. And he stayed at one school. And to give more direct answer to what he's going to do in the NBA, his scoring out of closeouts and the consistency of his shot, those two things are the first thing that he must master if he wants to touch the floor. But what I liked about R.J. Felton is the maturity on the defensive end, man. He recognized rotations very well. He's tough. He's physical. He continued to add to his frame. And when I looked at him at Portsmouth, he looked like one of the strongest guards out there. I think with physicality, that's what you need to stick in the NBA. He's not going to switch 3 positions. That's impossible. I think you got to be realistic. But let's say he plays as the 2 and can switch between the 1 and the 2, and maybe play as a smaller 3 as well. That's a big win. I see a role just like not a comparison in terms of what they will do, but in terms of what their role will be, like Alvarez for the Pelicans. Alvarado for the Pelicans. A guy like that came out of nowhere and managed to stick around in the NBA by mastering a certain niche role. I think R.J. Felton is going to have the same thing. I think he's going to get undrafted, but he will be one of the major two-way option guys in undrafted free agency. Because he makes a lot of sense of what NBA teams want. A lot of teams need a guy like that on the bench. For example, the Knicks needed a guy like that in the playoff series. A guy like, for example, the Pistons needed the same thing. And that was one matchup. I think for a guard that doesn't really rely on passing, on exploiting the angles that he creates to pass, but to execute and add to offensive rating with scoring off the bench, that's what you need. And the team like the Clippers, the same thing. What they struggle with in the series, if James Harden sits, okay, what do? A spark off the bench, but a good spark who can thrive on fewer ball touches, because that's the other side of the coin. In the NBA, he's not going to get the ball touches that he had in college. So production, that's why I say the statistics don't matter that much. It's all about what you do on the floor, rotations, reading the floor, reading the schemes that other teams are running. How do you defend in a pick and roll? Do you actively tag? How do you seal off of your defenders if you're going to navigate through screens? Those type of things. And R.J. Felton is kind of the substance guy, man. You don't see a lot of flash with him, but with a lot of substance. That's what I like about this game. And when I wrote about him, that's what he consistently showing, in later season of the East Carolina. Because I took the sample size of the last few games that East Carolina played. And he can score 20 a game, it doesn't matter, man. Because his role makes too much sense. I think he's not going to get drafted, but he should sign a 2-way contract, man. I'm really certain of.
Yeah, that seems to be the feeling around him. You mentioned the Portsmouth tournament, and it was kind of funny because, like you said, he was a late addition, and I think he drove himself there that morning and then came out of the parking lot and dropped 28 points. So how much did that help out his status? Like, I mean, you said he'll probably be an undrafted free agent, but how much do you think that helped his stock in the draft?
It helped a lot, man, because he's playing among his peers. He's playing among NBA talent because these fifth-year seniors, four-year seniors, they all want the same thing. The crumbles that are left, the two-way contracts, the Exhibit 10s. And for NBA front offices, yeah, NBA scouts are not actively watching East Carolina games. They're actively scouting the AAC because the AAC has potential NBA talent and all around the floor. A guy like Steve Settle, a guy like, for example, what I like is, I'm blanking on the name, but he, not from UAB, not I think Vasquez. Vasquez is the name. But for example, other guys in the AAC is full of NBA talent potentially, and the NBA scouts are looking to that conference, but not per se to East Carolina. And for him to show himself among his peers, among his NBA peers, if that makes sense, helped a lot, man. And for these NBA scouts, they only looking to gather intel. You know, how's the guy? How does the guy come across? How's his dedication to the game, etc., etc. And for the agent, it matters as well. The agent has a lot of power. Let's say you're drafted in the second round by a team you don't want to play for, or a team that doesn't have the opportunity to really give you a chance to play. As an undrafted free agent, you have a decision to make. Do you sign an Exhibit 10 and bet on showing yourself in summer league, in camp workouts, etc.? Or does a team say, okay, agent, we're willing to give your client a two-way, but you have to make sure that this guy doesn't get drafted, for example, like that. It's always a business. And for me, RJ Felton, if he signs a two-way, his game is compatible for the G League. He can continue to produce in the G League and wait for his time, you know, even if he doesn't get a two-way. A guy like that makes too much sense, especially later on in the season, you know, with injuries. And despite being a guard-heavy league and a wing-heavy league, there's always a team that needs a certain guard. And RJ Felton fills the glaring need of teams that have guards, but they are too ball-touch dominant. If they don't have the ball in their hands, their effectiveness goes away. But with RJ Felton, his effectiveness is still there because of, for example, what I see from him, what I think he will add to the game on the next level is screening. I think he's strongly built. He continues to add this to his frame. He can be a screening guard, you know, and active cutting. He doesn't really have the ball in his hands to make plays for others. He doesn't have to in his role. It's nice if he has 5 assists a game, but then that's not really his type of game at the next level. It's all about the offensive rating and the scoring perspective, but on fewer ball touches because the team stars should have the ball in their hands. This is the sporting guy. I compare him a little bit to Chris Dunn, if that makes sense.
Okay.
A complimentary guard for the Clippers. Of course, he's not going to say too hard and give me the ball. It's his show, and he's only there to do the dirty work. And at Portsmouth, to be so productive, while he came fresh off the parking lot, while he drove himself there, just as you said, among his NBA peers, helps him a lot because these are the guys that he's competing with for these contracts.
Yeah, good stuff. Ersin Demir joining us today. You mentioned in the article, and you've named a couple teams, Clippers, Knicks, Pistons, but you said he's best to adapt and play next to a more ball-dominant initiator. Given that, where do you think his best fit is in the NBA?
I think the Clippers make sense. If you look at these teams that have high assist guys, for example, the Cavs, when, you know, Mitchell sits or Garland, whatever is going to happen with him, a guy that can fill in spot minutes. He has to fill in spot minutes. But he has to go to a winning team, if that makes sense. He goes to the Nets. It's clueless. It's pointless because of the Nets are developing into, you know, they're a rebuilding team. A rebuilding team is not, you know, having any favors of adding RJ Felton and vice versa, because what he's going to do there? He's going to do the stuff by default because maybe there's no one else to handle the ball. He's going to do it. But it's not helping him. But he has to go to a team that's, you know, competing for that top 4 playoff position, home court advantage, but that doesn't have the depth. The Knicks is a good example. They lack depth because they pay a lot of guys. The Clippers, the same thing. They found Chris Dunn, but let's say Dunn has an off game. You have to have multiple options, you know. It's all about the margins for error. And the biggest margins for error in adding wins is your bench. Because you have a good feeling about what your starting 5 is going to do. But your bench is, yeah, that's the $1 million question. Can they sustain what your defensive rating is going to be and what your offensive rating should be? And a guy like RJ Felton is an improver of this margin for error. if that makes sense. That complementary piece that makes guys around him better, but not himself. Yeah, that ultimate glue guy. Basically, I'm not going to say it in a disrespectful way, but kind of the garbage man. The garbage points, drivers, etc., etc. Because the others can get the shine, but he's going to do the dirty work, and that's his role in the NBA. And it's an unfair business, man. Let's see. Let's say he plays for a Power 5 school and has this accolades, and adds to his game and have some television games. Of course, there's a whole different conversation. People are going to put him on draft boards, etc. But this guy put himself on the map from the AAC on a less coveted school. And let's be honest, that's what East Carolina is in the AAC. There's maybe they're competing with for the middle tier, not the low tier, but for the middle tier. And for a guy like Ezra Ansari, he went to a Power 5 school from East Carolina. So it's a good hop to go to these Power 5 schools and be competitive in the AAC, which is one of my favorite mid-majors out there, man, with the Mountain West, in terms of the long-term potential talent that's in the conference.
Yeah, and we're glad that RJ stayed, but like you said, moving on to a Power 5 probably would have helped him on the draft boards. But transitioning off of RJ Felton, go ahead and talk a little Charlotte Hornets, unfortunately. What do you think the Hornets' plan is at number 4? And I think it's 33 and 34. What do you think their draft plan is?
I am hoping they're going to stay. I'm hoping that they won't go for fit, man. They should go for best player available.
Yeah.
And, Con Knuppel is the guy that's being mocked to the Hornets. But let's say Brandon Miller has a healthy year and LaMelo plays 45, 50 games. That's a win, right?
Yeah.
Because you're not expecting too much of that. And after trading Mark Williams, you have to close that chapter, man. I think that's done. I think I'm hoping for him that he will play selfishly, but I'm not going against the grain, but I'm going a little bit crazy here. They should go for Kaman Malwaj at number 4. He makes too much sense because the Hornets like to play fast, like to draft athleticism, and they like to draft tools. He makes too much sense for the Hornets. If they go for Con Knuppel, what are you going to get? You get a complementary player who's going to be the third option at best because it's LaMelo's show. And after that, it's Brandon Miller's team. And after that, maybe, Bridges. But yeah, those are the 3 dudes, right? You're not going to draft Con Knuppel to say to Miller, okay, you're done. It's going to be his team now or vice versa. That doesn't make sense. I think they need a 5 to ultimately connect the pieces together. And let's assume that LaMelo has a healthy season, 55 to 60 games. That's the guy that's going to score 10 plus points off of the gravity of LaMelo Ball. Yeah. I like him as a passer. For Brandon Miller, he struggles to get downhill in the NBA. But if you have such an athletic potential dominant big like Malowhouse, he still has to develop, but that makes his life easier as well. I think that's where the Hornets lost most of their potential, in my opinion, because that 5 position is too, it's not consistent because Mark Williams missed time, etc. And after the Lakers trade, he came back strong. But yeah, at the end of the season, it has less value, man, because they're basically punting the season and playing it out, hoping for number 1. You get 4, but they should go for best player available and go for the position they need. They don't need another Con Knuppel, for example. They don't need another, let's say, if they get Trey Johnson, that makes sense because then you can say maybe we can afford to move off of LaMelo or move off of someone else. But if you go for fit, for a role player, that doesn't make sense, man. At 4, that's too much. If you trade back and take Khan at 7, 8, okay, that makes sense. But they should go for Malowaj, in my opinion, at 4. Or if they are, confident no one else takes him, trade back, get some more assets, and then take him later on if that makes sense. But I would go for Malowaj, man. He makes too much sense with the guys they have. Yeah, if you have LaMelo Ball and Brandon Miller, you got to invest in them, man. You don't draft for another potential number 2 option or something like that. You don't do that.
Yeah, I don't hate it. I don't hate it. Every year I say, need to get a big. Ever since Al Jefferson was gone, Al Jefferson played, 3-4 years for the Hornets. We've had no consistency at the big man spot. So I don't hate the pick. And just one last question before we let you go, Ersin. Which prospect deserves more hype? Who's being slept on right now on the draft boards?
There's no one saying game, man, no doubt. And the thing is, I always explain it like this, with a joke. I think the people in America are having a PTSD from drafting Doncic at number 3. And right now, every European gets so much hype, it's crazy, man. It's too much. All these, I say it with all confidence, a lot of mid-major and high-major programs are getting robbed by these agents, man. Because you see all these older Europeans sign with college basketball programs.
Yeah.
I see some schools signing guys. I'm not going to name names or programs. That's unfair. But I'm like, "Yeah, this guy is not good, man. This guy is basically a sell-on from an agency's, dominance or influence, and he's talking a guy into a certain school, and they pay him, and they pay the clubs a buyout fee, and they pay this player so much money. And the overhyping of European players it's come to a degree that it's kind of cooling down because the league is international now, so you don't have a choice. But these guys are playing college basketball now, so the people in America, they have these guys in their backyard. But with Noah Senge, it's more of a long-term bet. But this guy has a potential to be an all-star, no doubt, man, because of how athletically gifted, how his body's shaped, how he's aggressive, how he finds ways to win. He always finds a way to win. With France, he was never the big guy on his team in the youth teams. And he's playing for Lazio from Ulm, who are playing to win a championship. And if they, let's say it goes to the last game, it's on draft night, man. So, and he can go to the draft and shake the commissioner's hand because he has to play the championship game in Germany. Damn. And he's playing in Pro League. He plays in the Euro Cup, the second-tier international league in Europe. 18 years old, one of the youngest players in the draft. Everyone talked about how Cooper Flag was 70 years old and et cetera, and rightfully so. But you have to say it for this guy as well. He's playing amongst pros. He's getting contact. He goes to the rim, drawing all these fouls. But if you look at the jump shot, that's where the easy hating opportunity comes. He doesn't really convince as a shooter, and that's if you want to play the 4, that's what you have to have. But in terms of long-term potential, let's say the Hornets grab Noah Senge at 4. That doesn't make sense because you take Tejan Salon last year.
Yeah.
That's, overlap, and you have to give Salon an honest chance again. You don't have another choice because you drafted him so high. But Noah Senge is, he's getting a lot more hype right now, and he's going to the green room, which is a confirmation. But, not a shameless plug for myself, but I watched this guy for 2 years. I wrote about him in the summer that he's going to be a top 10 pick. And I think it's going to happen now because of the long-term potential, because of how his body's continuously changing. That clear blueprint that NBA teams look for. They don't want a ready player at 18 years old. That doesn't make sense. An NBA team is going to develop because I believe development starts in the NBA and not in college.
Yeah.
Because an NBA team is not going to ask a college program to develop his player. That doesn't make sense. But Noah Senge is a long-winded answer, but he deserves a lot more love, man. If you're going to give the age argument for Cooper Flag, then you have to give this guy some love as well. That's what I think. Not one-on-one as prospects, because Cooper Flag is another tier, but Noah Senge is that all-star caliber player, man, that doesn't get that top 6, top 7 hype which he should have. That's one of my takes,
Yeah. All right, Ersin, thanks for joining us, man. Before you go, let the people know where they can follow you and get all your work.
Yeah, man, you can follow me on X. It's my name and last name. It's EDEMIR NBA. And it's the same handle for the Substack. If you look for my name, Ersin Demir Substack, you will find it. I wrote about, I think, 230 articles in 3 years now.
Dang.
And I'm only writing about the less coveted guy, just like RJ Felton.
Yeah.
If you're looking for articles for Cooper Flag or, Ace Bailey, I'm not your guy, man, by far, because I'm not interested in that. I'm always interested in giving these less coveted guys a floor, their opportunity, their fair chance of getting discovered. And the newsletter has grown rapidly, from agents, even some NBA front office members are subscribed. And I know that I'm doing their homework basically because of writing about all the guys that no one really talks about. But if you're interested in that, pure hoops talk, I write about international players going to the States for college, about junior college players. And the junior college players is the most fun, in my opinion, because they send you film and I'm going to try to dissect, okay, what does this guy do? What does this guy want? How is this guy in terms of a person? Where does he belong? I'm trying to be that type of guy that's going to give a fair chance to everyone, man. And that's what the newsletter is all about. 2 or 3 articles a week. If you're interested in that, I think the Substack is a good thing. And it's always free as long as you want to. And that's the best thing, man, because it's my way of giving back to the game that we all love,
Yeah, and good stuff on your Substack. I've read a couple of your articles, and obviously including the RJ Felton one. So check out Ersin's Substack, and thanks for joining us, man. We'll catch you later.
Hey, thanks, bro. And, shout out Pirates Nation.
I'm down with that. Let's go and make the NCAA tournament as well. That got me even more fired up about the chances of R.J. Felton one day playing in the NBA and being the first since Blue Edwards.
It's about time we see a Pirate that ended his college career at East Carolina in the NBA.
Yeah.
We've seen it, I believe, with Elijah Hughes and some others, but and obviously we're going to see Tristan Newton, I'm sure. But yeah, R.J. Felton, man, especially just the guy he is, the player that he was here, just stayed all 3 or 4 years here, and played with a lot of heart. So it would be, I would be very proud to see him in an NBA uniform.
I would buy that jersey.
Absolutely.
We'll take a break, come back. Fleet Feet Rundown on the way after this.
For pest control that packs a punch, BAM! Call on the experts at BAM Pest Control. Attention Greenville, BAM Pest Control is here to protect what matters most, whether it's your business, your home, or your peace of mind. They don't just eliminate pests, they knock them out. BAM Pest Control is #1 in insect control, rodent control, and yard services like fire ants and mosquitoes. BAM! You're insect-free, safe, and comfortable. Call the experts at BAM Pest Control on Hooker Road in Greenville, 252-751-3160. BAM!
Jimmy John's hot sandwiches are here.
Jimmy John's hot sandwiches are here.
Hot sandwiches are Jimmy John's hot sandwiches are here.
Hot sandwiches are here. The pilot can't steer?
No, Jimmy John's hot sandwiches are here.
That's worse.
Jimmy John's new hot sandwiches are finally here.
Get ready for a crispier, crunchier, meltier, gooier Jimmy John's experience. Toasted sandwiches are here. Try the brand new toasted category or get any sandwich in the favorites category toasted to golden perfection. Jimmy John's in Greenville and Wilson and online at jimmyjohns.com. Go Pirates!
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Parker Bird for my friends at Shimmer Boutique. Arrivals are here from all your favorite brands like Kinder Scott, Yeti, Local Boy, Pimp Shrimp, Simply Southern, and a lot more. Shop now at shimmerboutiqueonline.com and receive free shipping on all orders over $100. And don't forget, Shimmer is your place to get your very own Parker Bird shirt, available in youth and adult sizes. Shimmer in Greenville, Winterville, Jacksonville, and shimmerboutiqueonline.com. Go Pirates!
Make things happen this year with the new John Deere. In just one visit to Quality Equipment, you'll find the right lawnmower, compact tractor, or Gator UTV that will save you time and money on your next project. Keep things running all season long with the help of our experienced parts and service team. Your new Deere isn't far away. Find current offers and budget-friendly packages at your local Quality Equipment with 36 locations across North Carolina, South Carolina, and Virginia. Visit QualityEquip.com to get started. That's QualityEquip.com.
At Children's Health Services, we understand the importance of your child's well-being. This is Dr. Chris Osmick, and our mission is to provide comprehensive, patient-centered health care through every stage of child development, starting the day they are born in the hospital. We are not just here to treat illnesses. We are here to partner with you on your child's health journey. Schedule your appointment today to build a brighter, healthier world for your children. Children's Health Services, Arlington Boulevard, Greenville, or soon to be our second location on 10th Street. Go Pirates!
Celebrate comfort, style, and savings during Bostic Sugg Furniture's Red, White, and Recline event. Declare your independence from high prices and shop Greenville's biggest and best selection of in-stock furniture and custom orders. Get comfortable and save on beautiful, stylish sofas, sectionals, and recliners. Then buy any regular price Motion Furniture item and get the second with an extra 40% off. Buy any Beauty Rest or Helix mattress, get a free Motion Base upgrade. Now at Bostic Sugg Furniture.
Planning a special event, whether it's a baby shower, bridal luncheon, birthday party, or even a tailgate at Clark LeClaire Stadium, Chicken Salad Chick has you covered. Their fan favorite mini croissant platters is just one of many options to choose from, perfect for any occasion. With a variety of chicken salad flavors, there's something for everyone to enjoy. Let us do the work while you enjoy the event. Delicious, fresh, and served with a smile. Chicken Salad Chick Catering. Make every event memorable. Visit chickensaladchick.com to place your catering order. Just remember, you pick it up and we'll have it ready to go. Chicken Salad Salad Chick, where every event is a little bit tastier.
The convenience of Pitt Greenville Airport is waiting just outside your front door. Service is back, so you're connected to destinations worldwide through flights from American Airlines. Plan your next trip. Book your flights today at flypgv.com or aa.com.
Good news, business travelers. PGV and American Airlines has added a new early morning flight available now. Book today at aa.com and be on time for that connection in Charlotte. Fast, convenient, and close to home, PGV has American flights perfect for your next trip. PGV, where the Pirates fly.
Pirate Radio. Life's good, and why wouldn't it be?
Drink up, me hearties, yo ho.
I'm a pirate after all. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Russell's Clothing in downtown Washington has everything you need for game day or any other day for men and women, whether it's dress, casual, or even a formal occasion. Russell's has you covered. They've served Eastern North Carolina and beyond for over 40 years with quality clothing and personal service. Russell's Clothing on Main Street in downtown Washington, proud part of Pirates supporting Pirates. And where do you find the best selection of pre-owned vehicles in Eastern North Carolina? It's DriveHereNow.com. DriveHereNow.com is a combination of Greenville Auto World and Greenville Motor Company and is fully stocked with an inventory of SUVs, trucks, and cars. Get shopping today at DriveHereNow.com. DriveHereNow.com, supporting the Pirates for over 48 years. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here's Clip.
Fleet Feet Rundown. I'll tell you the times I was excited about Charlotte Hornets draft picks. And I wasn't like a monster Hornets fan in the 90s. I pulled for them if I saw them, but I was like a Jordan Bulls fan because they were on WGN and always on in the playoffs. But when the Hornets would make the playoffs, I'd watch it and enjoy it. But I feel like there wasn't many TV opportunities to watch them play. So, LJ Mourning, I was really too young to get into that. I remember thinking Baron Davis was a stud at UCLA when we got him. I will admit I was excited in 2005 because I just watched Raymond Felton and Sean May win a championship. Yeah. And I was like, championship culture. Let's bring it to the Bobcats. Plus the Bobcats that just returned the previous year. They get Emeka Okafor. I'm like, all right, we're building something here.
So we got 2 Carolina Tar Heels?
In the first 13 picks of the draft.
Wow.
Yep. 2006, I'd love to go back in my headspace and remember, because like now when you see Adam Morrison, you're like, this guy sucks. But at the time, I was probably excited about it. You got the Great White Hope, a fantastic college player, but man, just brutal, absolutely brutal, and was a nothing burger there. Didn't care for DJ Augustine. I never liked him for some reason.
I love the way Big Pat used to say, DJ Augustine.
Did not like Gerald Henderson. I liked Kemba Walker. Because by 2011, it wasn't there yet, but getting to the point where you start to know less and less players in the NBA draft. And man, did I know who Kemba Walker was because I watched him a lot in college. And
what pick was he? 9?
I think 9.
9
is my favorite all-time Charlotte basketball player.
Somebody asked me the other day who was my favorite NBA player, and I had to say Kemba because I really don't care about anybody else. Like, I'm not a big fan. Like, people say LeBron, Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, whatever, but I'm not a fan of those people.
Yeah,
I like watching them play. But I threw out Kemba Walker.
I was excited about Michael Kidd-Gilchrist because I was like, this guy is an athlete, man. He's going to get to the rack, highlight dunks. He's going to do all that. And you can learn to shoot. Hell, we'll get a shooting coach in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, he stunk.
I
I didn't even pay attention to that draft because I was just so sour. We missed out on Anthony Davis.
Yep. The only thing MKG was good for was like the fast break.
Yeah.
He was fast.
Cody Zeller didn't make it move.
He was with us a long time, but just, didn't move.
No, he was pretty good for the Hornets, but like I wasn't excited to get him in the draft. I was excited to get Shabazz Napier.
Yeah. I thought that'd be a Kemba 2.0.
Yeah, they sucked me into that one.
UConn, great.
Did not think Frank Kaminsky would really translate well.
And he didn't.
I was excited. This might have been the guy 2017 when I was watching the draft at AJ's, and I tweeted, whoever this pick is going to be my new favorite NBA player. And it was Malik Monk.
I still love Malik Monk.
But he's not in the league anymore.
Why?
He's with the Kings, and he's sixth man of the year. It was great. Not this past year, but he's won sixth man of the year.
Right.
Good off the bench
for who?
The Kings.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
He did nothing for us.
I think he was smoking crack.
He was on crack. I was not excited about drafting Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. That's right. The Hornets drafted him and traded him away.
There was
Miles Bridges.
Tobias Harris was also drafted by the Hornets. I saw earlier.
You know what? I take that back. The guy who I said was going to be my favorite player, that was 2019. It was P.J. Washington.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I bumped that guy's elbow.
I think I tried to get excited about LaMelo Ball, and now I hate him.
James Bouknight was the guy that I actually was.
Because
I remember him playing for UConn here in Greenville.
Yeah. Brandon Miller's been involved in some stuff. So, yeah, the Hornets, and they're going to draft Con Knipple tonight.
I'm thinking.
You think so?
What I've read during the Danny Beal show I was producing, we're going to trade back and take him at 8. I don't hate taking him at 8.
Who?
Con Knipple. I don't hate taking him at 8. If we take him at 4, it's a waste.
I hate that. Let's take a break. What do you mean? You're getting the same guy. Who cares?
But you build assets.
We ain't building crap.
You got to build and build and build. And we're going to take you home when we return after this.
Calling all young artists, dancers, gamers, and dreamers. Registration is now open for Building Hope's 5-week creative arts camp, where imagination meets inspiration. Camp includes a weekly field trip, swim days, 2 meals, and 2 snacks daily. Only $40 to register and $80 per week. Plus, sibling discounts are available. Spots are filling up fast, and camp starts June 30th. Register today at buildinghopenc.org.
Homeowners can face many challenges throughout this season, but our newest New Blue star, Dixon Williams, is here to slide in and save the day. Have a clog that's hitting a foul ball and nothing seems to be getting through? Dixon's fixing to get you flowing again. Feeling like your HVAC's in a slump? Dixon's sliding in to get your comfort back on track. Are swinging blind in a power outage? Dixon is delivering a power boost. So when problems arise, turn home strikeouts into home runs with New Blue, electric, plumbing, and air.
At Langley Contracting, we're superior roofing specialists. Whether it's a new roof or repairing your old one, we've got you covered. And best of all, we handle your insurance claims. We are locally owned right here in Eastern Carolina. We are licensed and insured and have a 25-year roof warranty. We can handle your gutter installation too, so everything is seamless. Call or visit us online at 214roof.com for your free estimate today.
Langley Contracting, your superior roofing specialist.
Hey, Righty, you feeling okay? You've been dragging all day.
Ugh, don't even talk to me, Lefty. These shoes are a disaster. My arch is crying.
Dude, we have to go to Fleet Feet. They have a 3D scanner to customize shoes for every foot.
Wait, like custom fit? For me?
Yes, you and me. They have the top brands such as OnCloud, Brooks, and Hoka, plus many more.
Fleet Feet, where fit happens. Schedule your appointment at fleetfeet.com or come in today and treat your feet right. Find your perfect pair at Fleet Feet.
Chico's Mexican Restaurant is the home of the best margaritas. Grab your amigos and head to Chico's every Tuesday for the Gulf of Mexico. A huge 38-ounce lime margarita for only $7.99. On Thursdays, relax and enjoy half-price pitchers of Chico's house margaritas. Choose from lime, strawberry, blood orange, raspberry, or peach. For Mexican food and fun, it's got to be Chico's Mexican restaurant in downtown Greenville and online at chicosrestaurant.com. Chico's, where the fiesta never ends.
University PC Care in Greenville and New Bern has been serving the tech repair needs of Eastern North Carolina since 2006. And as one of the only Apple authorized service providers east of Raleigh, all our technicians are Apple certified, and we only use genuine Apple parts. Your iPhone and Mac warranties are safe with us. Have questions or need service? Call 252-558-1280 or visit us online at universitypccare.com. University PC Care, your one-stop shop for service on everything Apple.
A pepperoni pizza for the table.
Thank you.
May I suggest trying it with our Pepsi Zero Sugar? It has just the right amount of sweetness to complement all that cheesy, saucy goodness, while the carbonation and notes of citrus enhance the flavor profile. Simply divine.
Pepsi Zero Sugar? You've really outdone yourself this time. Pizza deserves Pepsi.
Big news from the Rick House. The Rick House has a brand new menu that you're absolutely going to love. New on the menu are creamy garlic parm chicken pasta, crab cakes, and our new porterhouse, half filet, half strip, tender and juicy, and grilled to perfection. The Rick House is the area's bourbon authority, featuring Willet, Jefferson Tropics, and the Frank Sinatra Select by Jack Daniels. The new menu features new, lower prices and $4 drafts all summer long. The Rick House, Red Bank Road in Greenville.
I sailed out of the port of Bristol with sailors wearing black armbands.
Pirate Radio.
And found ourselves proclaimed notorious pirates.
The voice of the pirate nation. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
It was a mixed day for the stock market. The Dow was down 106 points. It closed at 42,982. The NASDAQ was up 61 points at 19,973. S&P was unchanged at 6,092. That's your Wells Fargo Advisors Stock Market Report. For a personal look into investing, call Wells Fargo Advisors today at 756-6900 in Greenville. Wells Fargo Advisors, LLC, member SIPC. Now back to the show.
New segment. Random fill in the blanks. Michael Penix will be a top blank fantasy quarterback this year.
32.
Top 15.
I'll go
15?
20. I'll go 20.
Okay.
Sorry,
man.
Top 15.
I think you're a pretty funny guy, but like sometimes you tell like the worst. Like
It's terrible.
I
It's
like
like
to be
that.
stupid.
Huh?
I like to be stupid.
Yeah, I get it. I'm with you. I
Makes
do the
me
same.
laugh.
I do the same. Well, guys, I'm out of here.
My mom's here. I got to sign. I have to have her sign my permission slip for the field trip I'm about to take. Pay my dues. Shout out to Shirley Rhodes for giving me and Clip Rock a ride to Winterville.
I have the paper bag
Jared,
lunches
you
with
need to
the
go back and
aluminum foil
listen to
around the
our ride
cans.
segment about this. There's
What was that at 5 o'clock?
It's like a joke. Like how many so-and-sos does it take to blank? Like how many Pirate Radio employees does it take for one employee to get an oil change? And the answer is 5.
5.
We have involved 5 Pirate Radio employees. In
Mark, Jenny, and then y'all 3.
Well, Mark, if you want to count yesterday.
Okay.
I took Mark to Brown and Wood.
We could go 6 deep, I guess. Or 5, yeah. All right. See y'all. Jarrett is hosting tomorrow.
Let's go.
See you, Clip.
Bye.
I'll see you in 2 weeks.
Jeff Charles, take us home.
Have a great night, Eastern Carolina.
Thanks for listening to Pirate Radio Live, an exclusive presentation of the voice of the